Hello everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player, games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and a tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to Patron D&D, where platinum level patrons and I get together to play Dungeons & Dragons via Discord and Roll20. These sessions are entirely supported by patrons of patreon.com/roguewatson. Patrons also get exclusive access to private videos, custom 5e content, and participate in monthly DM roundtables and these patron D&D games. These games are not live streamed or recorded for your viewing pleasure. You can watch more D&D sessions, reviews, and crafting streams on my YouTube channel. Read recaps at roguewatson.com and listen to all of these shows with the Rogue Watson podcast available wherever you get your podcasts. You can join our official Discord server with invite link into the description below. Our music is by Kevin MacLeod. Our amazing original character art was done by Jim McClure. I apologize for sounding extremely congested this evening. Welcome to Chapter 6, Don't Sneeze, Episode 1 of our Empire of the Ghouls campaign, designed by Richard Green and published by Kobold Press. This session, I'm joined by patrons Brandon playing Bahn, the Kobold Bard College of Whispers.
Hey there.
CT playing Rye, the Shadowfae Black Powder Sorcerer.
Hello, everyone.
Jason playing Zaberi, the Human Battlemaster Fighter/Wizard.
Hello.
Morgan playing Millie, the Human Way of the Kensei Monk.
Hello.
Stan playing Alaric, the dhampir Death Domain Cleric/Bard.
Greetings.
Previously on Empire of the Ghouls, having returned the staff to Narrowzane, the deposed Ghoul Lord gave them two names to seek out once they reached the city of Vandekhul: the Marquis Laszlo Dima and Marquess Dorva Greysuture, two nobles who remained loyal to him. He gave them a stone cockroach for the party to prove their trust. He also handed over a necklace of prayer beads to Alaric and suggested they reach the Imperial City via the Sulphur Sea. The nearby docks should be receiving a small trading vessel soon, and with that, he wishes them luck in finding the Archduke and perhaps destabilizing the Imperium. The docks are lightly defended, though the recently arrived ship has half a dozen ghouls and darakuls unloading crates. The party slips into a tiny tavern to converse with the one non-undead passenger, a Shadowfae ambassador. Inside, they also meet a ghost desperate for help in recovering their body from the sea. An Imperial patrol shoves inside on high alert after the events in the Pit of All Flesh outpost and forces the party into a fight. The fight soon spills out into the streets with the party battling the ship's crew, including the vampire spawn captain who receives a face full of water from Millie's decanter of endless water. With their enemies defeated, the party clambered aboard the tiny sloop to sail the Sulphur Sea towards the pure city of Vandekhul. Which, as I mentioned, you all can short rest as you get in the very tiny ship. Again, picture like a lake boat and not like an ocean ship, I guess is the best way to describe this. Like, even though it's called the Sulphur Sea, this is a very large lake. So you're getting to like the equivalent of like almost a pontoon boat situation, about 30 feet long. It said the description even has a below deck. I don't believe them because I've been on lake boats that are 30 feet long. There's no below deck there. But it is big enough to accommodate all of you. You guys need tokens on here?
Yes, please.
Tokens are required. I can do that. So as a reminder, well, you can probably only see the lit up section right here, but I'll start throwing your tokens on there. You can grab a short rest. It's all of you plus the ghost that Alaric met in the bar, who's eager to find their body. All right, there's all the tokens. And yeah, you guys left basically a string of bodies behind you. Cheers to that.
Actually, I'd use the last bit of Bigby's hand to
to pluck them.
Yeah.
I like it.
Do we get any bonuses for the short rest spawn?
Yeah, I could do Song of Rest.
Because I rolled a 1 on that one. I will take any bonus I can get.
Fun fact, Bards no longer get Song of Rest in the new 2024 edition.
It's a D8.
Do you roll it or do we roll it?
I like that you guys roll it because you might like what I say more than someone else did.
Then we don't know how good your performance is.
Yeah.
I guess it's our reaction.
It's subjective.
Right. Yeah.
Nice.
It's
See?
open to interpretation.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys
Thank you,
I enjoyed
Bahn.
it.
Much appreciated.
thought it was better than usual.
I enjoyed it, but I have some criticisms.
Yeah. It was accompanied by him picking up bodies with Bigby's hand and yeeting them into the water. So
That's what I like the
visualization
best.
really helped. Yeah.
So weird.
Wah.
Concert and a show.
99 ghouls in the pond. 99 ghouls in the pond.
Sailing the warm, pungent underground lake of the Sulphur Sea is a difficult task, even for experienced sailors. Nautical predators, sulfurous clouds, boiling geysers, and hull-cracking stalagmites keep the underground lake fairly light on seafaring traffic. Thankfully, on this boat, you do find the captain's navigational tools, which I imagine are far different for an underground lake than they are for a normal, like, above-ground sea. As well as an almanac bound in the black skin of some subterranean lizard. The book charts a general path to Vandekhul, because that's kind of the main route that traders take. That also happens to veer near Chandelier Island, clearly marked on the map. You may recall that Narrowzane mentioned Chandelier Island as a location of some interest, and one that he has heard has been taken over by the hunger cult of Verdazane.
And they have some potions that we might find of use.
Yes, I'm glad you remember that. Yes, and he also mentioned that the site is used to harvest a poison that is particularly potent against ghouls.
And a whole bunch of priests that Alaric wouldn't mind dispatching.
I think Millie might have acquired some of this, or a variant of this potion at one point, when you met like that kobold chef.
Yeah, I chugged the bottle of it that I had, and I think I gave the other one to Rye. So, was it Rye that I gave it to? It was back at the bar.
Yeah.
First bar, that is. But I'm all out of it.
Oh, okay.
Ratbone's Revenge.
Yeah.
That's what I remember. I also have notes around this that says Chandelier Island, gigantic crystalline stalactite, and then genie question mark.
Yes.
It used to be the lair of a genie that has long ago been ousted.
Yep.
Okay.
And meanwhile, as you set off, your ghost companion, who has been unable to remember anything about himself, his name, or anything, is waving his arms and pointing to the north, and is like, "There, this way, please." Thinks he's in a stage play. Whatever. That's the only thing you know.
He's pointing to Chandelier Island.
You can't see Chandelier Island right now. You're still pretty far away. I mentioned a lake, but it's a big enough lake where it's like you can't actually see you're gonna have to go out into a place where you can't see land. So it is a bit long. It does look, judging by the almanac that you hold, that assuming everything goes well, it should take about a day's travel to reach the city. Which means it would be a little bit... And you see that the island is very close to the city. So maybe a slightly less time to reach the island.
Okay. With all of my nautical skills from when we were in the Reaver Dwarves area, I'll help navigate.
So I am going to call for somebody, and if you want to take the lead, Bahn, you can do this, to make an intelligence check using these navigator's tools. And it's not so much that you're doing the physical sailing, it's that you're literally trying to decipher all of the captain's notes and books and trying to figure out what best course to take, essentially, to get you to your destination safely.
What language are the notes written in?
They are in Dark.
So Alaric's reading it, and Bahn's got to make sense of it.
I'll dictate to whoever's going to make the roll.
I can ritual cast comprehend languages.
Hmm.
If you want to do that, if you doubt what Alaric's telling you.
Probably.
I don't mind. I don't mind to roll, but
You didn't speak it.
you guys know my intelligence is not very high. It will be more me convincing you with my strong charisma that I'm right.
If you have a good charisma, you don't need much intelligence.
yeah.
Like, I can read Dhampir, doesn't mean I understand it. So it's Alaric Alaric has the language. I don't do the navigation stuff.
Can I roll it with advantage then?
With the aid of being able to understand Darkwool or have somebody that can translate for you, then yes, you can roll it with advantage. If you have navigator's tools as a proficiency, then you can use that. Otherwise, it's just a straight up intelligence check.
Okay. 22.
Wow, look at that. Almost a nat 20. Very impressive, Bahn. So because of this meeting of the minds with Alaric, probably translating it as creepily as possible, I imagine. Just no context for like trying to change like idiosyncrasies or anything, and everything's all very like just very creepy sounding. But you're able to parse all that and figure out at least to get you a few miles from your current situation and avoid a lot of like dangerous positions. You also see that the Dark Lake, that's literally a dark location in the Forgotten Realms. The dark space lake of the Sulphur Sea is intermittently lit by what you can tell are caged glowing beetles hung on poles attached to various stalagmites and outcroppings, kind of like street lamps in a city, but not very frequent. And a lot of times you will see like empty cages where the beetles have either disappeared or have died out. But every once in a while you see it lit. And other than that, it is like very, very dark on here. Now, being disguised as Dhampir, most of you, you have pretty good dark vision, but you do note that even having 60 feet of dark vision wouldn't necessarily let you see a lot of problems coming before they would be way too close to your ship. And you do note that having these lit up areas kind of help you, and partly what your navigation does is allow you to get to more of these alighted zones. So that check gets you past the first major few miles of travel until you reach a forest of stalagmites with just dozens of clusters that force you to carefully slow down, some rising as high as 10 or even 20 feet, definitely dwarfing your ship. And this area is pitch dark. There's not a single one of those glowing cages in sight. And it's very, very rough. And your navigation, Bahn, you can tell would normally steer you clear of this area. But the ghost has been insistent of the last like mile or two, like here, and is pointing you towards this specific area, which you know is a little bit off of the like safe passage course that you've got.
That we're trying to take.
Yeah. But he's insistent about turning into this this off ramp, basically this exit past the railroad tracks, and it's looking pretty dicey in here. After a few minutes of traveling through this very dark, almost just picture being in the dragon graveyard where so many stalagmites everywhere, just forces you to go to a crawl and just kind of very slowly navigate around. The ghost suddenly shrieks, yes, over there! And you spot a body lying atop one of the stalagmites, thankfully not one of the super tall ones. Maybe it's just maybe it's 10 feet out of the water, so just probably less than that, so you can still see it. So maybe like 5 feet out of the water. and it's just kind of laying, splayed out, clearly dead, atop one of these stalagmites.
Somebody remind me how this guy died.
We don't
He's got a
know.
broken
We
back.
not know.
We
Would
Would
don't
we be
know anything
looking
else.
for something that would? Did anyone ask him?
Alaric tried to. He's
Sure.
not very. He just didn't have a lot of information, but just doing a really good medicine check, you can tell he's got a broken back, but there's not a lot of other wounds on him, and he wasn't waterlogged. And now we know why, because he's up here on here on a stalagmite.
I mean, this is a trap, right? There's going to be some kind of monster that comes out and tries to attack us.
I'm just trying to figure out how he got up there. Did he fall and break his back? Was he flying through here? I have questions.
Let's ask him.
As you guys are deciding all of this, I would like everybody to go ahead and roll initiative for me, please. Wait, hang on. Let me remove all turns. Okay, now roll initiative for me.
If you shift us maps, then we're going to lose it. So you should move us to the map first.
Oh, shoot. You're right.
Hit the map.
Thank you for that reminder.
Cool.
All right, let me delete. All right, re-roll initiative. We can use those rolls if we need to.
Just going to cast light on my spell. Can you give me some vision?
Well, you have dark vision as Darkle.
Sure.
well, there we go.
I probably need to update that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Okay, you're right.
If you have accepted the Darkul transformation, then you do have 60
I'm
feet.
super excited about it. So.
And
Can
Bahn
I
and
get
I
my
have
familiar with the gem of brightness? I use that.
Explain that one to me again.
My familiar, I usually have my familiar Nate travel around with the gem of brightness to kind of light up the way for me.
What's the familiar? Why did I forget this?
It's a raven.
Raven. Okay, I do have that here.
It's like when they're walking. Is it the Mines of Moria? Where his staff's like glowing in the pitch dark.
Is that 2020 light?
I think so. Let me double check.
30.
You know what I should have done? I should have done the new surprise rules. I should have had you guys roll on disadvantage. But since
Technically, I did.
you did roll on disadvantage,
you said no new rules.
I did. Yeah, I didn't say.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, it's going to be free round city for the enemy. And yes, Bahn, just I like cinematically, just as you say, this is a trap, right? A utterly silent winged creature swoops down with large bat-like wings, a horned head, and a barbed tail. Its eyeless head swivels back and forth as it flies in, claws eagerly outstretched. This is a really cool-looking creature, too.
That's not scary. It's scary at all.
No, it doesn't make a sound either. As it just, like, not even the wings. And he's got these giant kind of dragon-like wings, but appears vaguely humanoid in the way like a demon would appear vaguely humanoid. Although you don't necessarily see anything fiendish about it, other than the fact that it's got like horns and claws and bat-like wings. And at the same time, you see another pair of winged creatures, but these appear to be more bat-like, but just monstrously so. As they swoop down. And this creature flies down at incredible speed and is going to activate its baneful presence as it swoops down near the ship. Each creature must succeed on a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw of disadvantage on all attack rolls and saving throws for 1 minute.
Wow.
So I'm going to call for a wisdom save for all of you in the boat.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
There's some pretty solid saves, although 15 is...
What's the DC? Oh, piss off. That's so annoying. Okay.
16.
I'm going to Indomitable that and reroll it.
Alright.
Not that I have a chance, anyway. I do, but it's very slim. Yep, so much for that.
-1, yeah. Alright, so what do we got? Bahn, Rye, and Zaberi.
Everybody.
So is this a ability check?
This is
not an ability check.
This is a saving throw, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna burn my inspiration as well.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, okay. Good use of it. Forced a lot of inspiration rolls on this one. So that only leaves, I think, Bahn and Zaberi under the effects of Baleful Presence, which gives you disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws, but you can repeat the save at the end of each turn. That's just its presence. Then it swoops down and attempts to grab with its claws. Let's see who is the lucky. I'm gonna literally leave it up to fate. Rye. It's going to attempt to grab you with its clutching claws. Advantage, because this guy surprised the crap out of you guys. With a 25 to hit.
Alright, that hits.
So it grabs you, slashing you with its claws for 19 slashing damage, and then grapples you, just grabs you in a long claw, and restrains you. And then, let's see, it's kind of above you guys, so I can't really do the token with that, but you get the idea. Let's see, so 5-foot range. Let's do another. To the claws. Alright, let's see if it can grab one more person. We'll do Millie or Bahn, since you guys are in range. Alright, Millie is going to try to do the same thing to you with the claw attack. How about another 25 to hit?
Yeah, 25 definitely hits.
That one does 14 slashing damage, and same thing, it grabs you and restrains you in these long claws, and it's still flying, and it literally does a fun flyby, which, bless this creature, every flying creature should have this ability. Flyby without provoking opportunity attack, and it does the cool thing where it just swoops in silently, slashes and picks up 2 of your party members, and then continues flying as it grabs the 2 of you. Let's see, you and you, restraining you, and then it uses that nice barbed tail. It says you're restrained, it has advantage. And it can do, now that it's, I think, restraining, it's not causing complication, it uses its barbed tail 1 additional time. Okay, so it's going to barbed tail on each of you. So this one is against Rye. 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
10 piercing and 11 poison. And this one is against Millie. 27. The DM has come to play.
Oh, yeah.
Almost a crit on that. For 7 piercing and 14 poison, although I believe you are immune to poison.
Yep, immune to poison, so 7 damage.
Alright. That was its turn, and then you see, so the rest of you just see this creature silently swoop down, claw, and grab 2 party members, and continue flying. And literally the boat just goes like just a gentle little rock thing. And then you see these other bat creatures swooping down and in. And we'll use Token Fate for these ones as well. So we'll put 1 here and 1 here. As these creatures look more like just monstrous bats that maybe just hang around the big guy. One of them against Zaberi, still using advantage for the sneak. There's a 21 hit.
Mm-hmm.
For 5 piercing and 4 necrotic, but these guys also can wrap around and grab you and restrain you. Also gets to regain hit points with the necrotic, but hasn't been damaged yet. However, it actually stays there because it did a lot of its flying to get here and does not actually get the flyby ability. And the next one goes against Alaric with a 16 to hit Alaric.
Nope.
Okay. So Zaberi's restrained, but still basically on the ship. Rye and Millie are restrained and currently being flown away.
And about how far are we away from the boat?
That is a fair question. I'd say you're probably only 20 feet off the ground, and you're only about 15 feet away from the boat. It had to do a lot of its flying to get in there. You do think this creature is very fast, but it did a lot of its flight to reach the boat first.
Alright, so then we're 20 squared plus 15 feet squared away from the boat.
Should you bring no Pythagorean theorem in here?
Or are we just 15 from the boat?
You're 15.
15 from the boat,
Okay.
and then you're about 20 feet high from the water beneath you.
Okay.
Alright, so now we begin proper combat. Let's start with Millie.
I think I lost my Raven again. Could I get that put out? Or is
On the
it?
board.
Do we see Raven right here? Do we need to put another one on there? I'm moving it right now.
I do.
I see.
Oh,
it.
I'm currently not getting any light from it.
Oh, oh, yeah, that got turned
Maybe
off.
I need to.
Hang on, let me adjust.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, I think Millie's going to look at this big creature and say, "Why, you're a big boy. Well, I'm not going to stay here very long." And she's going to use a bonus action to do the, what is it called? Sharpen the blade, which lets her add, let me put it in the chat. She can add up to +3 to her sword's attack and damage. So she's going to do that. Then, when restrained, do you have disadvantage on attacks against the creature that is restraining you?
I think you have, yes, let me,
All attacks.
I think it's just all attacks.
Great.
Yeah, restraint is pretty bad.
Yeah. So bad.
Okay. Well, she is still going to take swings at this thing's hand, its claw, no matter what.
You can, as an action, attempt to get out of the restraint. I believe it's a strength check, but that does take your action to basically free yourself. But otherwise, you can take your actions as normal, but let's see, your speed is 0, and attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attacks have disadvantage.
Okay, she'll still do the attacks because she has a 6 strength, so I don't think that's going to be easy to get out of this. So here we go with 1 life-stealing sword. Oh, that's not good.
Oh, the nat 1.
And she'll take a second swipe. 16?
Is not...
Oh, wait. That's a disadvantage, so that's...
Oh, yeah.
Well,
we can count the first whole thing as a disadvantage then, because that's 2 rolls.
okay, then I will roll 1 more attack. How about a 19?
19 is better. 19 will hit. Disadvantage.
Okay, so that is going to be 7. I think that all worked. Oh, no, 10. It has to have +3 for the sharpen the blade. I only put on the attack modifier, not the damage modifier.
Okay.
So 10. And when that doesn't work,
It does deal
get him
damage.
to
I mean,
drop...
the creature definitely seems to kind of lurch a little bit as you pull out a weapon and attack back. But you do note that your damage seemed to have just kind of barely nicked it, and it doesn't still make much of a sound, which is just very unsettling.
She's going to look up at it and go, this is not how I wanted my day to go. And she's going to kind of scowl at it. And she's done with her turn, I think.
Okay. The bat that is currently grappling and restraining Zaberi will just attempt to do that again. I guess, oddly, even though it's restraining you with its mouth, it still has to make the bite attack. I guess it just does it as an advantage, though.
You can't bite another target.
No, it's just going to bite you.
Well, oh, I guess it's just like squeezing down on me.
I guess, yeah.
It's a vampire bite. It's just inhaling.
Thematically, it's weird because it's already biting you, so you think it just do the damage again, but I think I do have to actually roll the attack.
Makes sense.
But for some reason you're able to like just not quite get its jaws sunk in with the 12, even with advantage. It will, however, attempt to fly off with you, but it doesn't actually have flyby. So if Alaric wanted to give an attack of opportunity, you could do that.
Oh, we will definitely.
All right, just a quick second because I have stuff I can do.
Oh, okay.
Go for it.
I'm going to riposte and use my reaction to attack. Shit, I need to disadvantage this. Actually, hang on. Oh, I have to do that. Yeah, normal.
You have like double disadvantage, right? Because you've got the baneful presence debuff and then also restrained.
Bad. There's no such thing.
Yep.
Is it 15 hit?
It does hit this creature, yes.
So it's going to take 11 bludgeoning and then 3. And just a sec. I want to see if there's anything else I can do.
This is the riposte reaction thing?
Yeah. Sorry, this is once again the most complicated character of all time. Okay, I think we're...
You made the character!
I know! I can create it, doesn't mean I can run it.
We need to compare character sheets sometime.
I also started with this character like level 10.
That is very true.
I don't have a lot of expertise with her.
That is true.
Okay.
Alaric, did you want to attack for opportunity while the bat flies away with Zaberi?
Oh, absolutely.
Which grappling a creature does slow these creatures down a little bit.
It's a 25 hit.
Yes.
And can I add something to that? Like a channel divinity? Whenever
depends on if it takes an action or anything or bonus action, because
doesn't. It's whenever I hit a creature.
Okay, then that's fine.
Okay, so this is the touch of death. So that will add 25 or twice character level is 20, so I add 25 points of damage to that.
Oh my lord!
So it's 32.
Okay, you channel a huge amount of energy into this reaction attack from the bat trying to escape, like stabbing it in the back, and you see you nearly are able to take it down. Its eyes go wide, and it gives off a terrifying shriek as it takes that damage, and it regrets many decisions of its life.
I didn't say you could leave.
Still alive, and now definitely wants to leave. 5, 10, 15. I think it makes it to about 5, 10, 15, 20. And the reason some of these are with dynamic lighting is because they're taller than others. Makes it to about right here. We'll put it here. And another 20 feet off the ground as it literally tries to fly away with its prey, but now is very worried this was not a good decision. Because it is trailing blood very badly. Alright, Zaberi being dragged and flown over the darkness.
I'm gonna get a little help from my friend. Reduce that advantage and track normally 27 to hit. I'm gonna assume hits.
Yes.
For 16, is he still alive?
No. You are able to fight back and stab that creature. Was heavily wounded from Alaric's attack. Unfortunately, that means you are 20 feet in the air, having killed the creature that was flying you. So now you begin falling. Now, I will go ahead and take the 2024 rules and allow you to make a reaction if you want to try to take half damage from this fall.
On my turn, so it doesn't hurt. So sure.
No longer.
And what am I doing? Sorry.
Staying, obviously.
Exactly.
So you make a reaction to make a athletics or acrobatics check, DC 15.
Boy, I love rolling athletics. Well, that's a shit roll. That's still 16.
Which you still have Baneful Presence. I don't know if that actually affects... Does it affect saving throws or just attack rolls?
You said saving throws.
Let's see.
I'll do it again.
Disadvantage. Yes, I did say saving throws, so you have disadvantage on this one.
What is 20? Oh, 16.
Take that, DM. Yes, so you can hit the surface of the nasty, yellow, warm water and take half damage, which normally you would take 2d6, so you can take 5 damage instead of 11 damage as you fall into the water.
Interesting. It's like falling 20 feet. Like the average person would kill them into water.
I know.
That seems wrong. That seems very
gravity
wrong.
just works different in the D&D universe, I'm convinced, because the way hit point scale and gravity damage scales, none of it works like it should.
So, do I still get movement?
You still have your movement, yeah.
Okay. And swimming is half, so 15.
Yep.
I'm gonna dash to here. And now I can save to get rid of the thing, right?
Yes.
Oh, which is great because it's still a disadvantage.
You sure is.
I'm gonna be stuck with this the entire combat. I almost guarantee it because my bonus sucks.
Oh man.
Oh.
I'd love to have this creature against somebody like Gottwald or something too. It'd be just
a 0 and a save. I don't know if I've seen that in a while.
That's painful.
My players had a -2 the other day.
Surely we've seen Bahn hit a few zeros on con saves this campaign.
I've gotten some. Yeah.
He had to hit like a -1 at one point. All right, Rai, you are in the clutches of this terrible, silent, crazy creature that is carrying you and Millie. Millie has struck it, and you are somewhat wounded.
I have been waiting to use this spell since I added it to my character sheet many moons ago, but I need a ruling. So this allows me to cast it, kind of like flame on,
Hellfire bullets.
and then go 40 feet. I've not been in a case where this would be useful until now. The question is, what is it doesn't say, but I think it means like move up to 40 feet in a straight line, which I guess could be down.
Yeah, that's a straight line.
Or straight through that other bat.
Can you move?
Or straight through the other bat and then down, right?
Yeah. As long as it's straight, I'm okay with whatever movement you can chart. Obviously, it gets tough on a top-down map with a 3D world, but I'm sure we can work it out. Each creature space you pass through takes 6d6 fire damage. Wow. Or half as much as this, I guess, with dexterity saving throw.
Alright, and I can upcast it too. Right, so yeah, I kind of want to go through this guy as well, so it would hit both of them.
Yeah.
And then I assume I would stop and then drop into the water.
Well, sure. You could also angle it down, and I think this bat is lower down than you are, so you'd be going at a down angle anyway, so you could drop right up. In other words, where you don't take falling damage, you could drop like right
Skip
above
across the water.
like a skipping stone. It looks really cool at the beginning. When he's flame on, he goes, and he just kind of putters out and just like a stone skipping across the water.
Lands on the island with the ghost
Fizzling all the
body.
way.
It's sorry, guys. It's my first flame on. That's a crazy cool spell, though.
I love it.
And then I increase it by 1d6 for each slot above third. So I'm gonna cast it at 5th level.
Okay,
So that would be 8d6.
that's a fireball in his face. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's do that.
Boom.
So I think that was 6 of the d6,
Yep.
and then
Creatures basically pass through. Take 60.
Ooh.
Nice.
Dex saving throw. Wow. So we're looking at
Nice.
30 fire damage.
33 fire. Yep. DC 17 save.
All right, for both of them, because you're gonna go flaming.
Yep. And Millie's behind me, so she's unaffected.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yep, straight that way.
This creature actually does have magic resistance, so it'll get advantage. On
Is
the
that
dex.
fire? Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Although it doesn't actually have great dex. Well, let's see what it does. Let's see.
Ugh.
Nah.
Okay, it's 20 on the dex save. The bat does not have advantage. And rolls a natural 21 on the dex save. My goodness.
Hot dice.
Yeah, nice.
So half of 33. I'm not restrained, and
16
I'm like
damage.
over here somewhere.
Yeah, the more important thing is you get the fuck out of there, I think. But
Yeah.
dealing 16 fire damage to both of them is still no joke. And you do get the satisfaction of the creature who was very silent before finally gives like a little startled, like sound. Did not expect you to go flame mode.
And then for my movement, because I still assume I get movement, I'd like to climb back onto the front of the bow.
Okay.
Don't let me go to the bow, but you know what I mean. I'm over there, bow.
Technically, so
And
it
it's a-
leaves a flaming path. of
Yeah.
Burning hellfire.
Okay, Back to the Future where you saw the marks in the sky.
Yes.
Exactly what I was thinking of, actually.
Like that or something. Cool. All right.
Oh, if they end a turn or pass through the fire line,
Yeah.
they take more damage. Okay,
Yep. Take a
but
look.
they fly around. I'm sure they'll avoid it.
It is tricky when it's it's a little like it's hanging in the air, as like a diagonal line, so should be easier to avoid. Alaric.
You chose wrong today. I'm gonna swing. Hit the bat next to me.
That will definitely hit.
I like it when he does this "I'm Batman" voice.
Yeah. Against a bunch of giant bats.
And still up, huh?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
The other one took,
not
what was it, 35 damage you did and just didn't quite go down, so.
And we'll hit this guy with another 25 on top of that.
Oh my goodness.
So that's 36 points of damage.
That's more painful. It gives off a shrieking cry. It is still alive, but is in huge amounts of pain from this horrifying amount of damage you can unleash.
That will end it.
Is the ghost helping us out, or is it just kind of like...
No, the ghost is freaking out.
Fooling
The ghost is scared. Yeah, out of his mind. He appears to be like, no, please! And just very, very dramatic, very theatrical, but does not appear to be wanting to fight. Although, to be fair, none of you have necessarily talked to him either, but
He's having flashbacks.
he is,
I understand this. I feel bad for him.
He's in cower mode, yeah. The bat, taking all the damage that it just did, is actually going to, and especially with this fiery trail right here through its body, it's going to take the disengage action and fly away, which it can get pretty far. And,
How far?
it can fly 60 feet, which I can't really
Okay.
do on this map. because the map is not quite big enough to support 60 feet. But he's going to take the disengage action and literally fly as high up into the darkened rafters as it can. Although you do all have 60 feet of dark vision, so...
Still... So say between me and Rye, he's still well within range.
Yes. Bahn.
This evil creature's to the south is the one that gave the baneful presence, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I have to roll at disadvantage, and this is probably stupid. I should probably just hold my turn. I'm gonna put my fingers up to the circling blast, circlet of blasting, as I say, "No, don't take Millie. Stop, please." And then that maybe narratively, that's why I'm gonna miss these rolls. I'm gonna do all 3 of the Scorching Ray on that creature.
Okay.
Oops. I need to roll it again. Sorry.
I don't know why, but yours are the only rolls, like, it takes like a second to show the number for me.
You're probably doing physical dice rolls, aren't you, on the board?
I do. Yeah. I like the way the dice sounds.
Oh.
I like the way the dice sounds. I used to do that except for that reason. It was just lagging enough to where I was like, the DM, I feel like it's going to slow shit down too much. But
I kind of like it too. Like an effect.
Yeah, it's a fun effect. Okay.
I need to roll one more to do the first one at disadvantage. Okay. So a 16, a 14, a 16, and a 12.
None of those hit.
Yeah. Like I said, I was no, don't take Millie.
Oh, the fire rate is just firing out.
Can I ask a rules question really quick?
Sure.
So, and it's a reminder to roll so it's safe. So let's say you've got that whole thing where something's affecting you, and you roll at the end of your turn, get rid of it. You just say, I hold my action to do this thing until the next guy starts their turn. And do your roll, possibly succeed.
Right. Probably. It's interesting. That's never, I don't think, come up in any of my games.
I've never thought of that in my entire life.
Yeah, where somebody's like, all right, I had this debuff affecting me. Instead of using my action now, I'm going to hold it and hope I can get rid of the debuff by the end of my turn.
But you roll at the end of your turn. You haven't taken it yet. So you can't make that save.
But you can't hold an action. Correct. Yes, you're correct.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, but holding an action is taking the action.
I rolled a 9 on my
you use your action anyway.
Yeah, no, it's interesting to think about. Yeah. All right, Bahn is still under the baneful presence. The creature is going to fly over to one of the taller stalagmites and drop you down, Millie, but drop you down with its body, and to where it does that dramatic like a wrestling move almost, basically, where it like pins you down. Like it's holding you still and just kind of does this like superhero Hulk type fight where it just takes you and just smashes you into the rock to keep you pinned and restrained. And then it begins to use its other claw to rake at you with advantage because of the restrain. 25. Will hit for 13 slashing damage. And it uses its tail, which now that Rye's gone, it uses its tail twice on you. 27 hits for 11, although she's immune to poison, which helps her a lot. 11 piercing damage. And then it uses the tail one more time for a 21 to hit. This thing does not miss for 8 piercing damage. And you can tell this thing is poisonous and is very annoyed that it apparently chose the one person who is immune to its poison. But
at this point, Millie's getting a little bit worried because she's getting a little low on life, and she's spitting up a little blood and says, "Oh, you think that you can kill me? I'm a lot more stubborn than you think."
The creature, I imagine, with the eyeless long head is very xenomorph, and you can see it just like peels back like the lips, and you can see that like the weird teeth it's got, just like, and that's the kind of like facial expressions I imagine it makes. But that was its turn, and it goes to you. Being pinned and restrained by this creature has just been laying into you with claws and tail. In fact, the claws and tail also very xenomorph-like.
Well, you know, I think Millie is going to keep swiping at it with her sword. She doesn't want to change very much of her pace for today. Let's see. Does a 21 hit?
It does, even with disadvantage. You are nailing with these attack rolls, yeah.
So that is a total of 17.
Okay.
And then she is going to take a second swipe. It's a 20 hit.
20 hits, yep.
Awesome. So there's another 17.
34 damage total. Alright, the creature is definitely taking some damage. You can see some satisfying like wounds opening up on its body. But it doesn't appear like it still regrets grabbing you and tearing into you, like the bastard.
Well, she's going to use her. She's going to use her bonus action then to do an unarmed pair of unarmed strikes with the flurry of blows. And does 18 hit?
Yes.
Oh yes. So another 12, and her second unarmed strike. She's going to use her, where is it? Her focused aim to add another 4 onto that.
I can't even tell you it missed yet, but you know, you're like, I need to pump these numbers up.
Yeah, she's going to use focused aim to put an extra 2 onto that, so sorry, an extra 4 onto that, so 19 hits, right?
19 does hit, yep.
So another 11.
Boy, all of this with disadvantage, and you've done how much damage so far? 17, 34,
And let me
46,
just check one other
over
thing.
50 damage, I think. That is with
And
5 attacks, 4 attacks.
last but not least, I'm going to add that on, the Death Strike to the final punch. No, a Kensei weapon, so one of the sword blows earlier.
Okay.
So an extra... There's that. One extra martial arts die, which is a 1d8 at this point. So another 3.
Okay.
And she just like draws back and like sucks in all the blood out of her like nose and everything, and just spits a giant loogie right in the thing's face.
Nice. That is
I think that's the end of her turn, though.
That is admirable. I'll give Millie a point of inspiration for fighting back with such bravery and ferocity despite being in really dire straits here.
Yeah, it was really cool. Bahn would have curled up in a ball and waited until somebody came by.
And you can see that this creature is now pretty heavily wounded after all that. It had a lot of hit points, obviously, going into it, but between Rye and you dealing some damage to it, it is now getting pretty nasty, but still looks like it is willing to finish you off. That bat is dead. We go to Zaberi back on the boat. The other bat seems to have flown. Again, about 60 feet away. You can still see it. And then you've got, in the distance, you can see the other very large, very not bat creature has just pinned Millie to a rock, and both are just laying into each other.
When this thing flies, is it flying like flap flap? Or is it like magically hovering flying?
No, it has wings. Yeah, it's definitely flying with its wings.
Okay.
Like
okay.
flap.
You know what I mean? Oh, it's out of range. Is this Black Knight? Is it like easily grabbable, or is it very like smooth and tough to like?
It would probably require an athletics check to jump from boat to stalagmite without slipping off of said stalagmite, because they are probably pretty slickery and Not too easy to traverse, but it wouldn't be super challenging either. These ones that don't have the dynamic lighting on them aren't nearly as high.
Wait, sorry. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I would have to take 2 jumps, like, barely not make it. Wait, how far can I jump?
It's your strength score, right? For a long jump.
Can I jump to here?
In feet.
4 spaces.
What's your strength?
20.
20. Yeah, I think I'd still give you an athletics check just because it's a small, slickery location. Just keep you from slipping off, basically.
Check, not a save.
Correct.
That's good. It was 31.
Hell yeah, look at that. Expertly running, jumping, and just either superhero landing or whatever pose you want.
I kind of want to play it that it was like 1, 2. Sorry, I'm going to do this again. 2. Hop, skip, and a jump.
There you go.
Like that, just for fun.
Okay, yeah, parkour maneuver.
And then I'm going to fling some hand axes. Disadvantage. I'd love to have it. Feels like I've had disadvantage.
I try. You saw what Millie just did with disadvantage the whole time, though. She attacked 4 times.
Yeah, but she's rolling like everything like 18. I am not.
Yeah,
let's try that one more time.
Not so much. Natty 1.
Oh, sorry. More time.
I was like, 19's good, but the disadvantage.
For some reason, it didn't roll. Okay, that's hit.
That's better. Yeah, 19 will hit with disadvantage.
Okay. Yep. Okay, so 11 damage and attack on a crit. The series by to knock the target down. So, this larger or smaller, it must make a strength saving throw.
Pretty good at strength saves.
Oh, god damn it.
Very large, very muscular creature.
Really wanted to send him into the water.
Yeah.
Okay, that's birdie. Oh, bird's too far.
Yeah, you still get to add the dice to the attack roll, though.
That's correct.
Alright, it's taking some nasty damage, though.
I can't really do anything else because I can't throw at other. Okay.
You do see the satisfaction that when you hit that one attack, its body kind of ripples and you can see its head jerk just like intermittently to register your presence. It is annoyed.
I would try and intimidate it to come in and attack me, but I think it's already taking 1 million damage from Millie and considering her a bigger threat.
Possibly. Rye.
Right, whiz save.
Oh yeah, whiz save.
With disadvantage. That's stupid. I don't like it. Really don't.
From where I'm at, I can see that it's like bloodied, or see that it's still going strong, or
yeah, you can from this distance you can see it's very heavily bloodied. It's extremely wounded, I would say, especially after the attacks from Millie and Zaberi just now.
And how do I'm going to look at Millie. Does she appear to be in mortal danger? Like,
it's harder to see Millie because the creature is just enveloping it so much. The last thing you saw was it like did that, like I said, that Hulk or that just maneuver where it just crushed her down into the rock, and you can see it. It did a whole turn where it just like raked at her and stabbed at her with the tail. You can see that the creature is still struggling with Millie. You can tell Millie's still alive, but otherwise you can't. I'm going to make you use your action to basically look at her if you really want to see what her condition is. It's easier to see the creature because he's large and like on top of her, but it's very hard to see how she's doing.
I'm just trying to figure out the like extreme of like okay, so Rye feels bad that he left her there and what's happened since.
Yeah.
So he's still going full speed on this monstrosity, and so he's gonna do power word pain. Now remember, this is the one instant takes this damage, and then start of its turn, it makes a Constitution saving throw. So it doesn't get the resistance until later. So Mr. Monster is going to feel the full wrath of this. 22 force damage.
Okay. Power Word Pain, level 4 spell. Rise bring out the big guns, too. The other power for pain, one creature in the 6 feet takes 40-10 force damage. You rolled exactly average. At the start of each of its turns, a creature must then make a successful con save or take another force damage. Okay, so it instantly takes 22 force damage, and you can see it definitely jerk and suddenly like rock back as if you just stabbed it in the gut. It's still alive, but you can see that did a noticeable chunk of damage, and now it's finally looking up and kind of looking around and less interested in Millie. And seems to be, you can't quite tell because it doesn't have good facial expressions, but it might be rethinking its strategy after that attack.
Okay. And that's what time.
Alaric. You were muted.
Alaric still has a beef with this vampire bat that had the nerve to get in his space. And it's like, there's only room on this boat for one vampire. And 24 chill touch.
Yes.
With the worst damage I've rolled in ages, 10 points.
10 damage, yeah. You can see that definitely connects, and the bat gives off a little faraway shriek cry, but it doesn't quite kill it.
So that, and then I'm going to move to the end of the boat here.
Yep. The bat flies out of sight. Well, I say out of sight, but it flies well into the darkness above. I guess I shouldn't presume how far you guys can see, but it is certainly
Ryan might be able to see it. He's out of Alaric's range.
Sure. Yeah, it flies out of that range. In fact, if it dashes, it gets really fucking far away, I guess, at that point. Bahn.
Well, Alaric, you just kept right in front of me. I have to move toward the back also. Ryan, stay up there. We gotta balance the boat.
So rocking it.
Lake boats are no joke. You can definitely feel when more people are on one end of the boat or not.
And then it says, hey, you suck. You can't even kill an old lady.
Two insults in one. Well done, Bahn.
I didn't know you could twin cast Vicious Mockery.
Vicious Mockery. Let's find out how we do against wisdom saves.
Oh,
Creature just does that grinning xenomorph thing.
That is my turn.
what
Actually,
a
I'm
waste
move
of a nat
back
20.
to I'm gonna move back so that I don't fall off the boat.
You do get to reroll against Baneful Presence.
Thanks. Of course.
All right. Well.
He feels the pain first.
Oh shit! Is that the end of the turn or the start of his turn?
At the start of each of
Start of
his
his
turns.
turn. All right. So successful Constitution saving throw. Okay.
He was so excited.
No, I'll still try to figure out. All right, magic resistance, con save. It's got a good con save. We'll see what that does.
DC 17.
Oh.
Yeah, the magic. It's got killer saves and a magic resistance. Like that thing is pretty
Take tough,
tanky.
doesn't it?
Create the effect ends. The Constitution saving throw succeeds. I think nothing else happens after it makes a save.
That's it.
Okay.
As I was saying, it's looking pretty bad, but it still thinks it might be able to rip you apart, Millie, and then escape with its prize. So it's going to attempt to. It still has you restrained in one claw, so it's going to attack you with the other claw with advantage. 24 to hit.
Golly.
Only 8 slashing damage, though. And then it's going to attack you twice with its tail. Oh no, a 13 is not going to do it, though. And once more with the critical hit on the second one. This is where your poison immunity comes in real handy. So with you being immune to poison, it only deals 14 piercing damage. But I get to roll, or make you roll on the massive damage table, since that did trigger a critical hit.
I would have died 3 times in this one.
Oh, and you have no additional effects. And the creature's very upset that it did not take you out. So while it's restraining you with the hand, and it looks down at you with vicious claws, it actually just chucks you down with one motion, like to where you slide off of the rock and down into the water, and it uses its movement to try to just fly away.
Should you get an opportunity attack if she falls?
You can.
Yeah, flyby.
Oh, it does have flyby. You're right. Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you. Gosh. Yeah, so that's right. I was narrating it. 5, 10, 15, and it flies as far as it can, which is a solid 60 feet straight up into the air.
Well, when mini bosses go straight up into the air, that's not a good thing.
All right, Millie, you're no longer restrained. You are bobbing in the water currently. Still alive, though.
Okay. Millie is going to get up on the rock that's right there. And she's going to take out her longbow and say to the thing that's flying away, "You're not getting away that easily."
I thought you were gonna have like a Dragon Ball Z moment where you just like leap into the air and just start punching it or something.
Wait, how far? It's like 60 feet up right now, right?
Yeah,
she couldn't jump that high. Unfortunately.
That should be something Monks should be able to do, is just fucking leap like insane.
Neo.
She is going to take her longbow out. Because I'm not going to use the focused aim on that one.
That does not hit then.
You don't get the
that
plus 3
other
on
one
these?
does, right?
21 does, yeah.
Okay. So 9 for that.
Ooh,
and
that does hit. You can see the creature just like start to like falter and flicker, and it gives off a very slight little cry that you've never heard it make before.
Okay, and I am going to use this, the Kensei shot. Use a bonus action on your turn to make a ranged attack with your Kensei weapon, which is the longbow. Oh, I forgot. I don't have disadvantage at this point, do I?
No, you're no longer restrained.
Oh, so that first one... Oh, wait, no. It's, yeah, I'll just attack normally on this last one, then. Let's see, longbow. 24 or another 9. And...
yes. How are you attacking with 3 times?
The Kensei shot, I get 2 multi-attack because I get 2 normal attacks. And then the longbow is my Kensei ranged weapon, so I can make an extra attack with that Kensei shot.
Oh, okay.
Use your bonus action on your turn. Yeah. Oh, and it does an extra 1d4, so I have to roll that too.
That final little bit of damage finally kicks it right in the back of the head, and it just does a silent, like, shudder, and then just falls right down in the water and gives a sploosh, probably the most noise it's made the entire time. Millie gets the revenge kill.
Alaric turns to the ghost. I believe you've been avenged, my friend.
Is it over?
Millie's gonna run back onto the boat, like across the water, and say to the ghost, "You know, I almost ended up like you today."
Oh.
Almost.
I knew you all were so strong and brave. I don't know if that's what happened to me. But I know that's my body, and there's nowhere to bury it here.
Well, your body wouldn't be the first one we've traveled with.
It's a good thing Necromancer's not here or something.
What was that?
He's like, please don't ghoul me. Perhaps some
Makes
kind
traveling
of a pyre would be in order.
Do that.
Rye's pretty good at that.
On a wooden bird.
Light them up.
You put him on one of the stalactites.
Mm-hmm.
Be cool.
So, Alaric would definitely take out his flute and start playing one of the Krakovar funeral dirges. And
the ghost goes. Yeah, the ghost goes and stands near his body with his like hands clasped and arms down, like he's literally at a funeral.
So starting to do a Krakovarian as in the sister. And Rye, if you're willing to cremate the body, it would be appreciated.
Firebolt.
It takes a couple shots to really get it on fire. You see the ghost cough. Would anyone like to say a few words?
Well, that's what Alaric's leading. Plays the song and then does the blessing on behalf of Wotan and Sif over the body.
What was your name?
The ghost stares off and says, I thought that seeing the body again would help me remember, but there's nothing. Maybe it's just been too long. But perhaps with closure I can move on. I cannot thank you enough for bringing me here. You are good people. I hope I was a good person as well.
Alaric flinches when he calls us good people.
As the flames lick at the body, you do see the ghost kind of shimmers and seems to glow, and he kind of just bows his head very solemnly, and then after a few minutes, whenever you guys next have to blink or look away for a second, you see that he just disappears into like sparkling mist. And all of you can gain a point of inspiration.
Mm.
Here. Thank you, everyone, for bringing a little bit of peace and rest for someone else who suffered.
You are the only person I would have tolerated that for.
Thank you. That means a lot coming from you, Bahn. I appreciate it.
Now that we've had that beautiful moment, can you guys come get me?
Spirit's like sitting down over there, just like, I don't want to jump back.
Like, I don't have a running start. I can't.
Hey,
I can swim.
guys.
I'm already wet,
Guys.
so fair enough. Boosh.
You guys feel like this is not the safest place to even get a short rest, so you navigate carefully out of these dark stalagmite area. Definitely eyes up on the ceiling now, and you can note that even though you can stare up there, it's still, just darkened caves of stalactites raining down, and would certainly be a good ambush position. But I'm going to call for another navigation check with our navigator, which I think is Bahn via Alaric's translations, which is an intelligence check with disadvantage with advantage thanks to Alaric's Dhampir knowledge.
As we float away, is there any like sparkling thing left on the body that we didn't go investigate that we probably should have picked up?
There is nothing like that. No, good call though. I would have called attention to that. Anything that would have been on the body you think has been long since picked clean.
17 with the help.
17 with the help. All right. So as you are going, I'm going to have you roll on our Sulphur Sea hazards table, as a 17 is not quite good enough for the very
remembered that
difficult travel.
Should have remembered that bardic inspiration that I can do that I always forget about.
Oh yeah.
We do have a pile of inspiration sitting around.
I don't think I should chance the 17. The 17 was probably one of the better options.
Acidic rain. Glistening stalactites shower the ship in drops of painful acidic water, which looks like this. Each creature on deck must make a DC 15 dex save, taking 18 acid damage on a failed save or half damage on a success, as Bahn unfortunately steers the ship into a nice shower of acid rain.
Great.
Bahn is the only one who figures it out by reading the book. You knew just where to stand, but you didn't quite share that information with the class.
Jeez.
He's hiding underneath us is the problem. He's using us as umbrellas.
Everybody stand over there and
inspiration on this.
Yeah, for sure. I gave everybody inspiration, so. Oh, that's rough. I get a +8. Jeez.
Yeah, I did not roll good.
No.
That's a dexterity save.
It is.
So
Yeah, you get evasion. You get evasion.
Yeah. Okay, so that saves me from getting knocked out.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Yeah, she took a number from the Night Gaunt, which is one of my new favorite creatures.
Especially with that magic resistance.
I know, that thing was tanky, and it had flyby, and it had like all these multi-attacks, and grapple and restrain. Like, damn. I'm gonna have to remember this stat block. That thing was awesome.
Flyby on the water sucks. Like, that's tough.
Flyby for any flying creature is amazing. That thing also had a 60-foot... We can talk about this later. A 60-foot flying speed, like a +8 to stealth with like it was nuts. I loved it. Advantage on stealth checks. Amazing. All right. Everybody except Bahn takes 18 acid damage, as you unfortunately get steered into some acid rain.
So that's what that word meant in Dhampir.
Sorry, I read that upside down. It's actually acid rain, not blessed rain. That's my bad, everybody. I thought this would be a pleasant shower.
Thought it was a base. It was an acid.
Oops, that's the wrong map. You guys, I guess I can put you back on this map as we continue traveling. After more miles of travel, you spot a small, well-lit boat rowing purposefully through the water. Its deck is piled with stacks of metal cages that shine with yellow-green light. As you pull near, you see a hunched figure standing on the deck using a long pole to unhook an unlit cage hanging from one of the rocks and replace it with a glowing one. The ship's crew are clearly undead, and after the work is finished, the ghoulish captain glances up at all of you and gives you a friendly wave. Says, "Oi there! Haven't seen you folks on the Sulphur Sea before. Name's Captain Guttersnipe, but you folks can call me Milosh. Can't help but notice you're running without lantern beetles. That's pretty dangerous. You folks needing a resupply?"
Yes, that's for Grimtooth Rotbones. What's the name of the boat?
The Skin Trader.
The Skin Trader. We recently was attacked by a silent, deadly bat creature. We just made it out, but we lost our lights on the way. How much do we owe you?
I'm so sorry to hear that. We got a lot of those bad creatures flying around harassing folks. You gotta stay clear of, and he gives you like very specific, like colloquial phrases that just go way over your head. But you understand that's to mean like, hey, if you had like looked at your book better, you can remember the ghost was the one making you go that way and not the book either. But yeah, I'm here to help folks who are needing some assistance out on the sea. I could give you a new lantern beetle, just costs 1 gold piece.
I think Bahn has to elbow. No, he's got a gold piece. He'll reach into. No, he won't actually. He'll nudge whoever he's next to. We'll say it's Rye. He nudges Rye. Just pay the man.
All right, he pays him.
Hands you a kind of a box-sized cage with a larger than what you would expect beetle that just kind of glows like a firefly would, but gives off a good chunk of light and almost works as like a headlight basically for your ship. So where are you folks heading then?
To become Lord Emperor. Thanks for your time.
What are these regular ghouls or Darakul, or what are these people?
They do not look like Darakul. In fact, the captain who's speaking to you looks like just a regular ghoul, but like very, very lower class ghoul, like the bottom of the rung. And you're starting to realize the ghouls definitely have like a class system based on like what kind of ghoul they are. And you're also beginning to realize that people who are transformed into ghouls, there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it. It's just like you're born either as a lowly ghoul or maybe all the way up to like a dark ghoul. And it kind of just runs the gamut between there. And this guy is definitely not a full dark ghoul. And then the ones who are working the rows appear to just be like zombies. They're like not even sentient. They're just like obeying commands basically.
Before we leave, what do you know of Chandelier Island?
He pops. He's got a kind of a nice sailor hat on. He kind of pops back and gets into and he looks real like he's hoping you guys were chatty, and he smiles at that. He says, "Oh yeah, used to be quite the adventure and location. Let me tell you, monsters and treasures. Oh yes, not so much these days though." Imperium cleared it out a few years ago. I believe one of the churches moved in there. Not sure what those folks are doing, but my goodness, do they have it guarded. Oh my. I would not recommend anybody go anywhere near there. I almost got too close one time, and I tell you, those angels nearly took my whole crew out. It was nasty.
I'm sorry, angels?
Oh yeah, they got a pair of angels guarding the place. I know it's the last thing that I'd expect to see down here. Well, I guess they ain't really technically angels no more. They did something to them. I'm not sure what, some nasty business, but they're angry, and I would not want to mess with them.
Alaric will pull down his mask and have his cape turn into wings. Do they look like this?
Oh, dang. That's real fancy. I don't know what that is. They're pretty scary though. Yeah, they still got their wings, but they did something to them. And they're pretty scary. I'm pretty sure they got some kind of flaming swords. I don't know. I'm not somebody who messes with that kind of thing, so I don't go anywhere near there. They gotta be doing something if they put guards like that.
Do we have any healing kits on our possession? Alaric, I felt like you might have had some.
Double check. I don't remember having an actual healing kit, but I have this awesome vial of blood that I can drink to restore hit points.
You said they're kind of low class, so it's unlikely we'll have
healer's kit.
You going? Okay.
I have some potions of
Yeah.
healing. I do have a healer's kit. I have 17 uses of a healer's kit left.
Okay. That's fine. I would have tried to maybe barter something, but if we've got some, I think we're okay. So, real dangerous, you said. Very guarded. And any other, like, small islands that you would recommend we take a nap on out here that's uncharted in the almanacs?
He does help point you maybe to a nice little cove somewhere. It's just a little bit more shallowed, and he recommends, just because you've been friendly and talking to him, and he points this out as kind of a little safe zone if he ever needs to give a rest without having to be too vigilant. Obviously no like overnight rest necessarily, but certainly for the length of a short rest or something, you all could definitely take advantage of that.
Well, the conversation...
Millie is definitely down for a nap right now. A 5-minute long rest.
Yeah.
Better than I expected. Is there anything you need from Lord Grimtooth Rotbone?
Oh, goodness. Well, I'm not one for politics or anything, but we always need more help out here on the sea. You know, they're always taking advantage of the supply lines and the work that we do. But they don't want to give us much funding. You can see what I have to work with here. And he points to his like half a dozen zombies, many of which are like missing limbs and just like staring with like tongues lolling out. And he's like, I mean, it's hard to find good help these days. And they don't exactly give me the best of the best. So it's pretty rough. And, I've even been hearing stories. There's some kind of uprising now. That's real dangerous I'm worried, frankly. What if I meet those folks out here on the sea? Like that would be, I don't know. I'm pretty nervous about that kind of thing. So I've already got all these other, things to worry about, all the dangers of the Sulphur Sea. And now we got all these uprisings and adventures coming through. I don't know. So, security is definitely a concern. The economy, inflation's real bad now.
The Imperium probably doesn't like unions, but there's a term that Lord
all union busted motherfuckers out there.
What conditions does Bode in?
Not great, but you do think that it's less that it's damaged and more that the boat just didn't start off in good shape. You get the feeling that, the point I'm making is you get the feeling he's actually very experienced, and it doesn't look like he's got a whole lot of damage to the boat because he knows like the routes to take and how not to run into things. But he also doesn't have enough like money or funding to, have better facilities basically. So he's doing it the best that he can.
So he's like replacing the lights around the lake.
Yeah. So if you notice, he's got stacks of cages and crates with those little lantern beetles in it, is what he called them. And they're like literally glowing beetles. And so part of what he does is go around and try to replace these lights and help light up the sea, especially along the main trade routes. And then also just help people who are in need of assistance, basically. And he even admits like there's not much traffic out here. So he usually just does the lighting job. And it might be one of the reasons why he's so friendly and talkable to you all is because he doesn't get a chance to chat with people too often. Or, plus, you get the feeling that people wouldn't normally even give him the time of day, right? It'd be like the garbage man coming by or something. Yeah, right, exactly. Correct, yes.
How many lights does he have left to light up in the immediate area?
How many? Oh, like beetles?
Yeah, how many is he? Just in the immediate area, how many does he have left?
Um, he's probably still got probably less than half a dozen around this area. And he basically tells you because of the limited resources he's got, he doesn't even try to light them all up. He tries to like count and do like basically try to space them apart so that it's more evenly distributed rather than going out and like doing all of them and then having nothing for like, miles at a time or something.
Well, Millie's going to ask where he wants the last ones that he needs to light up, and she's just going to run across the water and just like put them all up for him.
Okay.
And then come back.
Yeah, he sees that and he is literally slack-jawed when he sees it. It's like, oh my. And you're still human looking, right? You haven't done the Darkwool thing? Okay.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. He looks at and he seems totally okay with that, and he looks at you, Grimtooth Rotbone, and says, well, I can see why you keep that one around. That's a real nifty trick. You don't suppose you're selling or anything, are you? Well, forget it. I couldn't afford anybody who is that talented.
It'd be pretty cheap.
I don't know. I was going to give it a shot.
It's like, try me.
I mean, you could throw a number out.
I don't have the facility set up for something like that, but you know what?
They're hard to feed. Is the problem.
Yeah, I imagine so. But if you could put in a good word down at the Imperium, gosh, having folks like that would just be real nice to help make things a lot safer out here. But folks don't really care as long as the goods are delivered on time, I guess.
Well,
If his boat, go ahead, Ron.
No, you first.
I was going to say, if his boat's well repaired, would he like it to be cleaned to
Sure.
make it look a little prettier?
Yeah.
So we'll
It's
pop
got
the
bugs
mask. Go back
everywhere,
to.
so imagine it gets pretty dirty.
Yeah. So I'll just use while Bond's talking to him and stuff. Do prestidigitation, just clean it up and make it look as pretty as I can.
Okay. Gosh, you folks are so talented. This is wonderful. You know what? Take an extra beetle on me. This is too much.
Getting more Texan by the minute.
I know. I'm trying to go between like Midwestern and I'm flirting with like going full Southern.
I hear it.
Yeah.
If I were you, I'd stay away from the docks. We heard that there was some commotion happening there. Steer clear for a while.
Oh dear. I was just heading over there, so I appreciate that. Thank you. I will definitely not want to set foot where I think there's any kind of danger. It's dangerous enough out on the sea. Well, you folks, I hope you have safe travels from here. And like I said, stay away from that Chandelier Island. It's real pretty. You won't be able to miss it. But you get close and whoa, they're gonna let you know real quick.
Appreciate the information. Farewell.
All right. You all can continue on your travels, but why don't we take a break right now, and we shall return in about 10 minutes.
And we can get that short rest in here soon, right?
We'll do it at the start after the break. Yeah, we can do a short rest.
Okay. All right.
Alright, I think we are coming back from our break. We have met a friendly boat captain. And now we can get an opportunity for a short rest, importantly, by finding a Metaphorical safe harbor. Monk definitely likes a short rest.
Oh, Song of Rest here.
Get all those hit dice, my goodness. I did like almost 90 damage to Millie. Holy crap.
Do you guys have your icons to hit short rest? I'm not seeing the button.
What's that?
I'm not seeing the button to do a short rest.
It's under your characteristics.
Okay.
Could be. Who knows?
For me, it shows up under my portrait on the main page once I click my token.
Portrait.
There's two different versions. No, the like your name at the bottom of the map screen.
And then we get 1d8 as well, right?
Yes.
Oh, you mean it's a macro button? Oh, interesting. No, I don't have that.
I did that initially, and then at some point, I think Roll20 added rest functionality to the sheets, maybe? So I don't think they had that before.
They did. It does like nothing.
Oh, okay.
it like does, for me, it only does like hit dice. It asks you how many you want to use, and then like, but you have to use the ones you count on, which is not the way it works.
Mm.
It doesn't affect like all your abilities and all your spells.
Actual recharge stuff, yeah.
So to me, it's totally useless. But
Yeah.
whatever. It's fine.
It gives me my bardic inspirations back each time.
Oh yeah? Okay.
My channel divinities come back. So
Maybe I'm using, using a different sheet or something.
I just used all of my hit dice that I had remaining, and I am at about 2/3 health.
Wow. Bad hit dice rolls, or just that much damage you took?
I was down to 7 hit points. So, yeah, I was pretty low.
Okay. The DM
Are people doing
devilishly
spell slots and stuff? Like, do we need to find a place to take along? Or we start fighting angels?
Uh,
Who I know nothing about with flaming swords? I don't know anything about that at all.
Hey, at least you got that much intel. That's pretty good intel.
I'm being sarcastic. Not sarcastic.
Can I do a religion check or something
Teaches.
to see if I know anything about those?
Great idea.
Yes, you may. Religion is probably very appropriate.
I've heard of angels.
You can fit them on a pin.
Angel. Oh yeah, 8.
I've heard of them.
And unfortunately, he didn't seem to, the guy you're talking to didn't seem to also know exactly. The only thing he mentioned was that obviously he's shocked that they certainly look like angels, but he kind of cryptically said that maybe they're not angels anymore because they were very like angry and ferocious. But he still described them as angels, so that definitely piques your interest one way or the other. Look at all these hit dice rolls. The DM is getting very satisfied about this.
It's all that less rain.
It takes a lot of D6s to get 58 hit points back.
Yeah, it does indeed. Yeah. Although +3 con, your hit points are actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
All right, after the short rest, you all get to continue traveling, which means I get another navigation roll, please. And you've already got advantage with Alaric's translations, even though you're slightly more lit up this time.
I will do a bardic inspiration.
Ah.
To cheer Bahn on that he can do this.
Plus, what?
It's a basic. I think it's a 6.
Um,
21 with advantage is how that advantage did you wonders. You rolled a 2 and then an 18.
So 25.
25. All right. Thanks to the inspiration and then the bardic inspiration and all of that, you are able to expertly chart a course forward. And you think pretty effectively make it to the island. You do note that basically you can get to where the island is close and the city is close, which would prevent you from having to make a check to go between them. And then this successfully gets you towards, assuming you guys do want to go towards the island. But I will give you a chance to plan whatever you want to plan, because you have been given some intel that the island is guarded. But I'll give you the description for it. As the distant glow of a city appears to the west, the sight of a huge stalagmite rising out of the sea to the northeast is unmistakable. The mountainous structure is at least 500 feet tall and just as wide. A vast white stalactite of sparkling sword-like crystals hangs like a giant chandelier above it. As you sail nearby, you spot the only entrance, a 40-foot-long stone dock cut from the rock on the southern tip of the island.
Can we maybe
Which
see
side of the
more
dock
on the
is?
map?
Sorry, Jason, go ahead.
Sorry. I was just wondering if we could see more on the map. I can only see like a couple of boats and like a little building. I was just wondering, is that the thing to the left or to the right?
This is the island.
Yeah, that's definitely the island. Yeah, so you can see. Yeah, so you guys are getting basically here. This is the island. Yeah, I can light it up a little bit more for you.
Okay.
Oh, and that's the stalactite that's right above it then?
Yes.
So
What's
if
on
we
the
take
other
out
side
the
of the water?
stalactite, it could take out the city then, right?
Well, no, it would fall
Sure.
on the island, and I mean, best chance it would make like a land bridge between the island and Vandekhul.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna guess that's Vandekhul on the left.
Right. Yeah, that's a good guess. So you could definitely. I mean, there's no like giant welcoming signs necessarily from where you are right now, but you can definitely tell, and it looks like on your map that certainly would line up that that's Vandekhul. With you can see like opening, the docks and everything, and just large signs of a city over there. And then just within, in fact, this might be pretty close. Yeah, so maybe like 7-8 miles away, is the giant 500-foot like mountainous stalagmite that acts as this giant island, and then directly above it, kind of hanging down, you presumably giving it its name, is this cool crystalline stalactite that looks like a very fancy kind of natural chandelier.
And which side of this stalagmite is the dock?
The southern tip.
Okay. And that's in view of the city? Like, the distance is...
But we wouldn't be able to see, right? Because it's too dark.
Yeah, the distance is like 7, 8, 9 miles, something like that.
We would
Okay.
maybe catch some like faint glowing from the lights in the distance, like you would coastal at night.
Right. Yeah, I think that's the equivalent.
And with the shining of the chandelier, does it look like there's any openings in it, passageways in, anything like that?
It looks like, as you guys get closer, it looks like the dock leads to a natural path that kind of goes up almost like a spiraling motion, but like there's very clearly near the base is an entrance inside.
For the stalagmite, but not the chandelier up top?
No, you don't see any, and that's also, I mean, the mountain itself is 500 feet tall, so you can't see anything that's going on up top.
Alaric looks to Zaberi. Would you like to be able to fly?
Think of the wonderful things.
If you and
Yes.
Millie wanted
It
to do
seems
a
like
recon,
this question has a. Oh, I see.
if you and Millie wanted to do a reconnaissance, I can set you up to fly for 10 minutes.
Sounds like something we wait until the angels are in range.
Kind of torn because I know that Zaberi is like, yes, I'm going to go fight some angels. But me, I'm kind of like, angels can fly, and they're going to come get us if we do that. So,
Hold off on that.
So, how big? So the whole island's like a couple of miles wide, right?
No.
Yeah.
The whole island, it described it as 500 feet tall and about 500 feet wide.
Oh, okay. Because you were using the line on the map, and you're like 6 miles to the beach. Okay, it's like it's not inaccurate size.
No, it's definitely not. Now that I'm looking at it, yeah, okay. Yeah, this is not nearly as wide as. This island is a lot bigger on this map than it should be. I guess it's exaggerated.
There's an asterisk in the fog of war that says not to scale.
Mm-hmm.
Another option we have is to destroy the stalagmite. Is to remember the pit of all flesh, where I kind of set off that creepy black thing that started eating the barracks and everything else. I can do that again. We can bring the judgment of Wotan on this place.
I like that idea. Let's do that.
I mean, I don't really have much to add here. I don't feel like I've been super effective in these altercations recently, but I'm not so sure us coming in guns a-blazing is going to be the solution, considering we don't know what's in there or how many. I'm not against it. Then we can whittle through them, but I'm going to be in the back.
So you're recommending we land, find out what we need to kill, and then decide how we're going to do it.
I don't know. It's just the whole thing feels weird to me.
What's our motivations here?
We're getting
Ghoul
bane oil.
Anti-ghoul poison, yeah. And there's a temple that needs to be destroyed. Priests that need to be slain. It's a temple of Verisane. It needs to be destroyed.
More so than that whole city over there?
One step at a time.
Okay.
Do you think that if we destroy this church over here, that people from the city might come by and try to save it, and then we can go to the city with less people there?
It's 5 to 8 miles. They might not notice for a minute.
Well, if we make the explosion big enough, they can't miss it.
Everyone turns to look at Rye.
So I posted, because this was a couple sessions ago, what Narrowzane said about Chandelier Island, describing how it was once kind of an adventuring site, which the ghoul captain you just met kind of confirmed that. But there's been whispers the island has been repurposed by the priesthood of Verdizane, which, obviously the Imperium is definitely a problem in general, but like this specific faction of the Imperium seems to be particularly evil and problematic, and seems to be behind a lot of the evil plots that you guys have been dealing with. Narrowzane does not know why or what they're doing there, but just that they've set up shop in here. And also on top of that, the place does have a substance called Ghoulbane oil that can be harvested there. It's particularly potent against ghouls.
And our overall mission here is not to go wipe all the ghouls out. It is to
rescue
stop
the
them
dude
from invading the surface, right? Basically,
so you've
stop
been,
the campaign on the surface.
Specifically, there has been a allied NPC that you guys have been working with for some time in the previous chapters, and that NPC has been a target and then was kidnapped at some point. And you guys have been trying to get that NPC back, Archduke Avgost. And a lot of what you've been doing in the last couple of chapters have been trying to basically gain passage to the underworld and then finally learn where he is. And you've now gotten all the information, and that has led you to this city of Vandekhul here. But yes, the Imperium has in generally been a huge, obviously, problem. Some of your characters have more personal ties to what they've done in the past. Obviously, Dhampir, in general, you can take a pretty strong stance against, but I like to think you all have also met several undead ghouls who have not been particularly evil, but maybe are just trying to live their life. So perhaps learn a little bit of perspective on there. But the Imperium is definitely very fascist, very, and especially very imperialistic now. They just literally helped the vampire kingdom take over an entire kingdom on the surface as well. So they've been doing a lot of expansion stuff, which is not gone over very well with everybody else. But this hunger cult appeared, and especially this hunger cult appears to be behind a lot of the machinations. And specifically, there was one, I think it was chapter 4, no, maybe 3. It's been a long campaign. Where you all had to go, the one with the wedding, where you guys had to go like stop this dark wedding between the ghouls and the vampires. And you note that the hunger cult was definitely pushing that. You've met various hunger cultists, even on the surface. So it's definitely been a dangerous faction to deal with. And that's one reason why and Alaric and a lot of characters are would be very strongly supportive of dealing with anything that the hunger cult was doing down here, basically.
Okay, now we know. Okay,
that's what I'm here for.
Okay.
I just
so murder all these guys. Sounds good.
Talking about that wedding, I just realized that we never called it a skinvitation. I don't
man,
know.
That was good. It was literally on human skin.
Yeah.
I will say, as much as you've kind of gotten that perspective that like not all ghouls, the hunger cult has been always evil and always up to no good. That has definitely been your perspective so far.
Okay, well then, if that's the case, then Bahn's probably a little bit more like, I'm ready to go back to Zobek. So if this is like the cauldron, that's I don't know. If this is like the root of it, then maybe this is a good place to investigate.
It's one of those things. If we don't deal with this, then we might not have a home to go to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, and that's kind of the good perspective. Like this isn't technically your mission, but now that you've learned more information, I don't know what movie I can cite, but like now you've learned like, oh shit, but maybe we should deal with this because this is also like a major bad thing that we've kind of uncovered while we're down here.
Bahn will back up Alaric if he wants to go in guns blazing. That's fine.
I do think there is a bit of voice of reason. We can land at the dock, go in, see if we can find a concentration of them, and then pop off some of our bigger fireworks and try to thin the herd a little bit.
I say we walk in like we own the place. If there's somebody at the docks that stops to ask us what's going on, we just walk past them.
I love it.
Presume that we're going to get stopped by these angels before we get close. Does that seem to be what this last guy said?
That's
like
what the last guy said. Yeah, he said
they're perimeter defense, so we'll have to fight through them at least.
Right. So is there any, and I'm informing you now, is there anything you guys want to do to prepare knowing that was the information you were given?
Mine would be great, actually. Because I'm tired of chasing things down.
You want to fly. That's what I'm asking.
It's a thought, yeah. But I know it only lasts for a short amount of time, so it could be a thing like, we see bad guys, now cast it.
Turn it on and something set the jets.
Or I can always bring one of them to us.
That works.
If I can make the save.
That's only 30 feet, though.
We're on the boat, not at the docks.
You're still on the boat, right? You're nearing the docks, and I'm basically telling you all this information because you've heard. And the only reason I'm telling you this is because you've been given this intel, because you had the foresight to ask about it, and you've been given intel that there is kind of a perimeter defense to this island. So you guys basically know something is probably going to be coming at you.
I don't have anything, like I can't like make us all invisible, or I can't illusion it enough to where I could make it look like water above us as we like go in or something. So I don't have any suggestions.
Would we try
And-
coming in from like the side over to like the east side of the island, just like east of the docks, and then kind of sneak into the side? Is that
I like
possible?
Bond's idea of just going like you own the place. We're here to visit the temple.
It's Bahn crossing the Delaware. Just
Yeah,
got the the leg up on the prow of the ship. I need
Yes,
an
we have
AI
we have a
image of that.
lamp. We have a lamp. You know, we have a lamp. We look like we're an official boat. Just go in like we own the place.
Mhm.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. You guys roll up, and as I said, you can see there's a stone dock, and it's got one of those caged lantern beetles still swinging right there, so you can kind of see it lit up. And as you get about maybe 30 feet from the dock, you can see, almost like you hit some kind of invisible tripwire, a pair of winged figures just kind of swoops down from somewhere up on this giant mountainous island and hurtles towards you. And as they get close, you can see that unlike the other winged creature that you fought, they have feathery wings. And they appear sort of celestial, but they also have chains all over their bodies. But the chains aren't like wrapping them up. It's almost like decorative or ornamental. Like in other words, there'll be like a chain around the arm and just kind of dangling with nothing, but they're like everywhere, all over their body. And they still carry these giant swords, and you can see as they get close and swoop in, their faces are snarling in rage, and parts of their head, the skin has been just flayed off, and it's just glistening white bone that's sticking out. And they are, and you're not sure why, completely hostile to all of you to start. And I'm going to ask for some initiative.
That went
Bound
well.
by evil magic.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was another solution.
Mm-hmm.
That went very well.
I think the only thing like I said, that I could have thought of if I had like major illusion or something like that. But
Oh boy.
Pass without a trace.
But you're not sure how to get in here properly, and that was the one piece of information that I don't think we're ever able to really learn, was like, how do we get in here without actually... You were able to learn there was at least guards here, but not necessarily serve with the magic word.
You have to fight them eventually, and we might as well fight them while there's not a bunch of other guys around at the same time.
There you go. No surprise, though, because you guys were alerted to the fact that, you were expecting this, more or less. So they are flying at you with just normal initiatives all around, although it looks like one of them did beat out on the initiatives. Boy, we range from over 20 to a majestic 3.
What else?
All right, this one, and again, I described this as... And Alaric, this is very disturbing for you, especially as a cleric. Certainly has the celestial look about them. They even have a halo, but it has been blackened. And
this is an abomination.
yeah,
this is wrong.
yeah, it looks like some sort of, you don't know if there's some kind of corruption happening here or what's been happening, but clearly this creature, if it's not still celestial, at least it was once celestial. And like hands kind of end in these like jagged claws, and like I said, the face is just contorted into a rage of snarl and pain. And this one, instead of taking out the weapon, just flies close and then just kind of does this like opening of its wings and arms as radiant damage actually just comes spreading across all of you. And I'm going to ask for all of you to give me a strength saving throw.
Oh. Finally, it's not wisdom. Thank God.
you. Not dealing wisdom.
You gotta be joking me.
You see 15. Zaberi, they're plus 9. Yeah.
Again with a mind just off by 1.
Indomitable.
Yeah, this is a good time because I actually have a bonus to strength. I do it. I haven't used it yet to strength. Let's try it. Come on, baby.
But Rye with the impressive 17 with a +1.
Very good.
It's been working out.
Yeah. Alright, so those of you who failed the DC 15 strength save take 23 radiant damage and are knocked prone. Those of you that made the save take half damage and are not knocked prone. From just the Angel's Fallen Glory. That was its turn. Then we go to Rye.
Rye's gonna hit him with the finger guns. Firebolt. Oh, very poorly.
Ooh, and that one. Yeah, you're a little disturbed by these creatures.
Yeah. Extremely.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my turn.
Alright, Bahn.
From I'm gonna like prop myself up from getting knocked prone and say ow, and then pull out a piece of iron, and cast heat metal at level 3 on the furthest one, number 1.
You're not a... How can I ask this without spoiling things? What kind of a caster are you? That's a weird question.
As far as spell focus, or
Are you yeah, I guess between arcane and divine, you're an arcane caster, right?
Yeah, arcane.
Okay. All right, continue.
Great. This? No. Great.
So it needs to make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw, or it's gonna get its chains heated.
Ooh, heat the chains. Constitution, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not a magic resistance. Lame. I did not make a good save there.
So it takes 23 points of... Wait, no. Yeah, 23 points of damage.
As its chains glow red hot against its skin, Bahn, you realize with some dismay that the chains, the fire does nothing to its body. Like, its body is already like scarred up right there, and you can see even though the chains like glow angry red hot, it doesn't seem to affect the creature at all, which I will let you know that nothing to do with the chains, it's that the creature is immune to fire damage.
Fire, yeah.
Yeah. Which you had no way of necessarily knowing that, but now you do.
Yeah. Bahn says, it'll just take a second. It'll work any minute now.
In the knob.
I'm not going to get up. I'm going to stay.
Now, if you keep concentrating on it, you'll technically still have the chains heat up, so the chains would be hot to the touch, but it doesn't affect the angels, so...
Yeah, I wouldn't know yet, I don't think. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I think it would take the next turn. So, I'm good.
Alright, Millie.
Okay, first thing, Millie's gonna have her Raven just move up a little bit. 5, 10, 15, that should be good. Now, how high up are the angels in the air? Are they just, like, hovering over the water?
We'll say that they are... In fact, they still aren't even really connected to you guys yet, so we'll say they're probably still 30 feet in the air.
Okay, so Millie is just going to start running. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. And she's going to just run up there. And I guess 60, so right there.
Okay.
And from there, she's going to pull out her longbow. And she's going to start taking some shots at the let's say the top one with her longbow. So let's see, does a 15 hit?
Does not.
Okay, so second shot is definitely gonna miss.
Dang.
And she's going to use the Kensei shot to shoot one more arrow.
Ooh.
And
You
she just
both do not like shooting these winged angels.
Yeah, she's just going to like sit down on the ground all angry that she missed and say something like, "Oh great. Now I have to sit here and wait for everyone to catch up." And that's the
I was hoping you were on the water so you could sit down on the water, because that would have been funny.
Alaric.
So number 1 is the one that did the radiant. Number 2 has not taken their turn yet.
Correct.
And it's also about the same distance. Alaric will look at number 2 and say, "You are blasphemy incarnate. Be gone." DC 18 wisdom saving throw.
You are a divine spellcaster, Mr. Cleric.
Absolutely.
All right. You see when you start casting the spell, one of the chained angels suddenly lifts up its hand and begins muttering some kind of profane words under its breath and attempts to counter your spell. If it succeeds on a charisma check against a DC of 10 plus the spell's level, so the DC would be a 14.
15.
Are you casting a 5th level spell?
Banishment is 4th level, so yeah.
Alright, so it's got to make a charisma check, which is certainly not a gimme on... Oh, I made a nat 1 on that one.
Bye-bye.
Well, the DM can be really shitty and have the other one also use its reaction to sit there and wave its hand and attempt to counter this, since neither of them want to be banished. They both have a reaction, so we'll see if we can do another charisma check.
Man,
And that one succeeds. So the second one raises its arm and just counters the spell with a reaction. And definitely seems to be eyes locked to you as a cleric.
That's no fun.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus action from the Necklace of Prayer Beads, I will cast Branding Smite on my rapier and have that cooking in the background.
Okay.
And I will move to the back of the boat.
That is fair, as this one does seem to have eyes for you, Alaric, though. Trying to, as the divine spellcaster, you feel like it's almost just like shark, like blood in the water for these fallen angels. And very quickly, this one, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, swoops down and unfurls a flaming great sword. And speaks, and what you think it speaks is some kind of... you think it's celestial at first, but then it just comes out as some sort of corrupted, like, infernal language. Where it appears to be trying to seek revenge against the Holy Ones or something. It will do one strike. I don't think 14's gonna do it, though.
Nope. Nope.
Alright, once more. Oh my gosh,
Nope.
nat 1. And the DM falls back to earth with the rolls. 7 and a 1.
And you're now standing next to me, right?
They're not standing, but they're definitely flying within melee range for sure.
Okay.
Alright, Zaberi.
Oh, really? Okay.
My plan of bringing them within melee range for you is working smashingly.
Sort of, except I can't reach them.
You can move me out of the way.
You can move
I'm
people. I think
prone.
it's a-
Can I do that?
Yeah.
I'm prone. You can just stab over me.
Okay. I'm also prone, but I will stand up. Step over here.
Han's in duck and cover mode.
She's fucking psyched for once to be able to walk up and actually hit something for the first time in like God knows when. That's not true. She wailed in a bunch of dudes at the dock, so that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so I keep forgetting I can do half of these things. So Let's get to little owl action. It doesn't go like that, but anyway. So advantage. Staff striking with advantage, but let's take off some weapon master for fun. This works. 18 hit.
Yes.
9 damage plus 10 is 19.
Boy.
And let's go with a... Oh, sorry. What the hell is it? None of these work. Right, fuck it. Let's just attack again. So I have to roll twice. Nope, that's my roll. 24.
That's a good roll.
Okay, 24 damage.
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
It's taking some nasty bleeding wounds from these attacks.
How bad does it look?
Not quite bloodied.
Okay. Okay, action surge. Actually, no, I'll butt end him first. Where's butt end? There it is. Sure, let's do it that way too. 15?
Butts, yep.
Woo! 20 damage.
How much is that one?
20.
20? How that adds to all the attacks? That's crazy.
Yep. But -5 gets you.
Now he's definitely bloodied.
Okay, action surge. Keep going.
Oh my gosh, these attack rolls. Holy crap.
26.
He is not... Yeah, he's got like at least 25 on like all these.
I'm just gonna double check something because I'm not entirely sure this is true. Give me 5 seconds.
Or wait, was the butts one a 15 attack to hit? For some reason I thought it was a +5, but it's a +/-5?
-5 because I'm great weapon mastering.
Okay, so it's a 15 total on that one?
Yes.
Nope, 25.
No.
No, sorry, for the attack
hit
roll and the
on the second one.
on this, yeah.
Second was 26.
No.
The one above
really-
that one.
20 -5 would be 15 to hit.
Yeah, right. I asked you if that hit or not. You
No,
said
sorry,
yes.
that does not hit. I missed that one. Sorry.
Okay, because don't count that one then. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
Okay.
Okay, and then just one more because I have action surge and I can do this a billion times.
All right, but the other one did hit. Yeah, so that's 25 on that one.
Yep.
Good night.
Oh my god.
Look at this. 2 19s in a row.
25.
Oh my god.
Did I just do like 100 damage?
I think so. I don't know how
Oh
Great
my
Weapon
God.
Mastery works, but that seems insane.
I'm just gonna double check that I'm not being a total douchebag.
I mean, if it's like Sharpshooter, it's as broken as Sharpshooter, where it does a -5 for the +10 damage.
It is melee sharpshooter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sharpshooter.
God, he's
Yep.
just nailing these attack rolls, and the base damage really high, too.
No, totally. Okay, I'll let you count all that.
I don't think you did
yeah.
quite 100 damage, because if you did, then this creature would be dead, but somebody could add up the damage to
alive.
me.
Well, it's 30, 44, 54, 63.
Yeah.
Right? Was it just a 9? It was just a 9 for the first one, right?
I had a 10
Like
to
hit.
Oh, was I not supposed to add 10 to
Well,
that one?
I don't
It's
think
24, 20, 25, 25. So it's 50, 74.
Well, this one didn't hit,
Well,
the
the
15
didn't-
one.
the 10 didn't hit, and if he rolled the 18 with the Great Weapon Master, then it missed because it would have been 13. But if he rolled it straight, then it just does 9 damage.
Oh, that's a good point. Yep, you're right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, I should
So
add
9
10 to that.
9 plus 24.
Do you
I
have
count-
advantage on these because of your owl?
That was advantage on the first one.
The
Yeah.
first one, I think, yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't count for all the attack, just the first one.
So it's not quite a killing, amazing string of attacks, but it went from like I said, over bloodied, wounded, but not bloodied, to like now it appears almost dead. with that amount of attacks.
Oh wait, it'd be more than 63 because we have to add 10 to that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna recheck all of this because it's 9.
You should be able to build
9.
it to where it rolls the 10 in that damage.
I clicked it. And it... Oh, I've clicked both things. I get it. Okay, let me recheck this. I'm sorry. Just a second. Okay, 9, 19, 23, 33, 43, 49, 59, 69, 74, 84.
Good lord.
All told. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fuck ton.
It is still alive.
It is still alive. But it is very near dead now. And unfortunately, it looks like whatever went through this creature, it doesn't... I mean, it definitely registers the pain and turns to you, and it just has a permanent mask of, like, pain and rage on it. But unlike the other creatures you were fighting, where they, like, wanted to, like, retreat, this creature does not look like it's going to retreat.
Oh. Okay. Didn't use any emotions.
Alright, I rolled earlier to see if I could recharge the fallen glory of this creature. I could not. It does register that Millie is now the closest to the island, Millie, so you see it turn and actually just race towards you. And unsheath its fiery greatsword and come at you. How about a nat 20? The second one I've rolled on you this evening. And I don't think you're immune to fire damage like you are poison damage, so this is going to be a lot of nasty dice coming at you. Okay. That is a total of 30...
51?
52 plus 9 is 61 damage?
It's 51 altogether.
Oh, crud.
Yeah, it's 51
that knocks me down.
Sorry, 20. Yeah, 20. Yeah. 51.
I had 50 hit points left, so
with one attack.
All right, I tried.
One super crit.
Are you literally that far away right now?
It's Millie, so yes.
She's 60 feet away from me right now. Sorry, I wasn't broadcasting. Let me broadcast. I just want to make sure that you didn't move like further off the map and there was just no more map to go.
No, that's exactly as far as I moved.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I had to use quite a bit of its speed to get to you. You know what it's going to do? Something I don't do often as a DM.
Step on its head to make sure it's dead.
It's going to attack you again.
These are like vicious chain demons.
It's going to attack you again. Oh my god! For those of you listening in the future, that is a second nat 20.
By the way, she probably has to roll whatever it is for the first one, right? For the crit? Massive damage already?
I don't think massive damage comes into play when it downs you. Yeah, you're already prone from being incapacitated, but I guess the only thing is it could add temporary hit points if you roll that one for the other one. Holy crap. Alright, what does that do? I need to look up like the rules.
On a crit? I'm not sure, because it's an auto crit already.
It's an auto crit if you hit.
Oh, right.
So
that's funny.
It would double damage, but that damage doesn't matter.
But it's irrelevant.
But it's taken away.
It counts as a death save, right? A failed death
two
save.
death saves. Yeah.
2 death saves, yeah. So it actually doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Is it 2 failed death saves?
Yeah.
Or 2 death saves if the damage is from a critical hit.
Oh. Okay, but there you go then. Okay.
So that's 2 failed death saves.
Wow.
Isn't it automatically a critical hit?
No.
If it hits.
Oh.
If they're incapacitated, yeah, I guess the condition would be. Well, the condition is that you're unconscious. So if you're unconscious, attack rolls against you have advantage, and any attack that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature.
Yeah. So it's an automatic 2 death save fails.
So every time it does hit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's a very thorough two death save loss.
Oh my god. Well, that just ratcheted things up.
I feel like you should have like a permanent scar or something if you make it back
if
up.
you survive,
Like, as a
yeah.
result, yeah.
That might be a permanent, like, lingering injury. Or at least an automatic lingering injury. If you
Should,
survive, which...
It's like burned a hole through you that's like cauterized, so you like always have a hole through you somewhere. Cool.
Rai, you saw this angel. Well, first you've got one in your face, although that one has taken a severe stabbing from Zaberi and is now, like, furiously wounded. But then you glance over and you saw that Millie has crumpled onto the docks with this angel, like, looming over with a flaming sword, a great sword.
You're using your Staff of Striking for that, right, Zaberi?
Yes.
So you've beat it with an ugly stick.
It's yeah.
You insulted your stick.
Yeah, so Raj's trying to process because seeing Millie go down, and then see this thing attack her again truly enrages Rye. And he is going to... 1 second. It's a duration of instantaneous, and I think I can do something special with that as well. So he's going to cast something he has not cast before. And he's going to do so lingeringly.
Lingeringly.
And the spell that he is going to cast is Disintegrate.
Wow. I don't see you use a whole lot of meta magic stuff.
I don't. I usually forget.
I don't think I've even noticed you use it. My god.
So lingering during when you cast damage spell with an instantaneous duration that requires a save, you can spend a number of sorcery points to prolong the spell's damage. A creature that failed at saving throw against your original casting a spell must succeed on the same saving throw at the start of your next turn and take half of the spell's damage. Okay. Disintegrate, which is a dex save. I don't think you're a divine caster, right? Sorcerer. I'm pretty sure you're arcane. I think divine is basically cleric, paladin.
Yeah, I think so.
That might be it.
Potentially warlock.
Yeah, I guess it depends on some of the classes too.
Divine Soul Sorcerer.
Yeah. All right, and you're targeting, I assume, the one looming over Millie down here?
Yep.
Okay. So this is a pretty big deal dex save right here. No magic resistance for these creatures. Let's see what the dice say. Wow. I rolled a 19.
So on a failed save, the target takes...
Wait, on a failed save it takes that damage? Jesus.
Yes.
The target takes that damage. Oh yeah, that makes sense. If the target is disintegrated, if this damage leaves it with 0 hit points. What happens if it succeeds? Nothing?
No, it disintegrates.
Target
Wait,
or not?
no,
When it succeeds, it takes nothing.
it did save. It made a 22. So
Yeah.
I don't think I see where it says anything happens.
Right. Single creature everything is wearing is sort of dust. Yeah, so if it makes the save, I don't think anything happens. But you did linger it.
That's only if it fails, unfortunately.
Oh shit, right. Damn.
So nothing happens.
This is when you need those, like, what is it? What did Chris have in that one campaign? Cutting words, I think, where you could, like...
Yeah.
D6 to save.
Anything at all.
I don't have any of that cool stuff.
Yeah.
That's an expensive 6th level spell right there.
I know, that was a big deal save. It has a +3,
Ouch.
but I just rolled a fucking 19. Jeez. I'm gonna a fuck ton of damage, too.
I think for narrative's sake, we should just say he failed.
Narrative's sake, we need him to fail this. Ryan you put so much energy into it, but you see the creature just kind of glows a little bit strongly against it, and your like beam just kind of fades away. But you do know that it turns to you, Ryan, who seem to have piqued its interest.
For sure, get it. I have Midgard coming at me.
All right, Bahn.
From my prone position, I'm gonna reach out and try to stab that angel that's next to us.
Don't be looking up my skirt.
He's still prone. Just
Yeah, he's not underneath.
does prone give you a disadvantage or anything, or no?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna burn my inspiration to
Yeah, 15 does
again.
not.
Actually, I get advantage because of
Pack tactics.
Oh.
yeah, essentially packed. Oh, damn it. Okay, I'm gonna
2
burn
seconds.
my inspiration.
Another 15.
Oh, you suck.
Nat
Oh.
1.
This is it,
Jeez.
boys. This is
The
it. Okay,
dice are not with you guys in this fight.
so I'm like, I just can't get it past. Like, I can't get it out of my thing. Is what happens. I just it's stuck on my being down.
Yeah.
It's better than stabbing at his toes and putting holes in the bow.
And then I stand up and I look back at Millie and I say, "Hey, stop lying down on the job. Get up." And as a bonus action,
Healing
I'll
word.
cast Healing
Yeah.
Word. You get a whole 8 HP.
That's enough to bring you up, though, importantly. Fucking-
But
I like you
I'm
just
not-
casually did that to, like, save her potential, like, third death save roll.
but that's the end of my turn.
Millie kind of sits up and just yells, "Oh, thank you, old man. I owe you one. Just one, though." And she looks around and she is near death. And,
So I think I am
she's-
gonna. Sorry, I think I am gonna force you to go ahead and roll in the lingering injury table. Sans save because you took such a nasty double crit blow. There we go, nasty scar. The dice have spoken. Disadvantage on charisma saving throws and checks. Accept advantage on intimidation checks. You can choose where the scar is, but it must be visible.
Oh yeah, it's totally like all the way across, like from her chin all the way down across her chest to her arm. Just this big gash,
Yeah.
all cauterized and everything. And she's going to look at this guy, and she's going to pull out her life-stealing sword and take 2 swipes at him. Let's see, 1. Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Okay, so 1 for 14. And then she's going to take another swipe. Does an 18 hit?
Yes.
Okay. For another 6. And then she is going to run away.
Oh.
She's going to use her bonus action to do the what is it? Patient defense. Yeah. Where is that? Well, she's going to use the patient defense, and then she's going to just run away. She has the mobile, so since she attacked that guy, she can just run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55.
That's
Just
how you
runs
get them.
back on the boat. And she looks over at Bahn and she goes, "Seriously, I really owe you one. Thank you." And then she takes out actually she doesn't do anything with her bonus action. Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah, I think that's all that she's gonna do. She's just going to take a big deep breath when she's on the boat at this point.
Mm-hmm. That might have been the
And that
closest
is the
your
end of her turn.
character has ever gotten to just death. That's crazy. That might be the closest anybody in our campaign has. I mean, Bond's probably gotten Obviously, you've rolled many a death save, but
Yeah.
have we been down to like 2 death saves before?
I got
Alaric and his sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been definitely a while though. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I rolled a nat 1 on my death save
Ooh.
against Erica. So, been there. Yeah, that was entertaining.
It's not over. Millie doesn't have very many hit points, and that thing's still up.
That thing is still up. Yeah, it took a little bit of damage, but it's still up. So is the one right next to you guys, although it's very damaged.
I'm going to take a swing with my rapier against this one next to me, and not do much with that.
Oh my gosh!
Natty 1. Oh no.
It gets caught up in my rapier.
How many times have you guys rolled nat 1s and I've rolled nat 20s? Like the dice is just really been again. Like I'm not used to this. What is this power? What is this feeling?
I'm gonna burn an inspiration.
Something has changed within me.
I burned an inspiration. I'm taking a swing on that again.
Okay, 24 will hit. I've gotten real addicted to the Wicked soundtrack, by the way. I'm ashamed to say I only just listened to it for the first time. It's fucking
6
amazing.
piercing.
Don't be ashamed. It's a fight.
2 necrotic.
It's real good.
And then I'm gonna dump a channel divinity.
Yeah, these things do take necrotic damage.
And so I'm gonna dump the and that's another 25.
God, it's so much. All right, with that channeled energy, which is not a spell.
What does it look like as you channel divinity into it for that extra damage?
Oh, the blade just goes black. It is, yeah, just it's a normal silver, magic rapier, but when it hits, it just this flood of black goes from his arm, just like a pulse through the blade. Right,
you do that, and the whole angel just starts like blackening and starts like stiffening like this, and then all of a sudden it just kind of begins to blacken all the way around, and then pierces of light come out and shine, and then you kind of have to look away for a second, and then whatever was there has disappeared, and the chains are the only thing that remains, and they fall harmlessly to the ground.
Okey-doke. That was fun. It's like, get off my boat, and then I'll move to the front of the boat.
Balance.
You all feel an energy get released from the angel as it was destroyed.
Damn it.
However, it's a good energy. It's one of you feel like, oh shit, is this, how do I spell this? I'm trying to look it up, but it's an effect. It is equal to the hero's feast spell, basically. There we go.
Oh, wow.
No fear. Nice.
Amazing.
So yeah, you feel this effect swell within you as if you have like basically ended this celestial creature's suffering, and all of you, cured of all diseases and poison, become immune to poison and being frightened. Make all wisdom saving throws with advantage. Your hit point maximum is increased by 2d10, and you gain the same number of hit points. And they last for 24 hours. I'm going to say they last to your next long rest, essentially. But if you all want to go ahead and roll that 2d10, you can.
Nice.
I'm going to leave it up to you guys to determine how to work that maximum HP shenanigans, because that's not an easy thing.
I don't know why Roll20 doesn't have that built in.
I know. It's easiest to track it as temporary, but it's not technically temporary hit points. But you guys also don't really gain temporary hit points. That might be the easiest way to do it. I don't know. But I'll leave it up to you guys on how to do that. But they last for essentially your next long rest. As well as all the other buffs. So immune to point, which Millie already is. Immune to frighten, though. And wisdom saves with advantage. That was good timing, because that creature is destroyed. So we go to Zaberi, who got her kill stolen.
Can I ask a question?
It had like 10 hit points left, too. You almost fucking did it with that flurry. Yeah, go ahead.
With the hit point maximum increasing by 2d10, we lower our constitution. Excuse me. I have to lower that dice roll by my constitution modifier, right? So if I rolled an 11, I actually have a 9.
Why?
Why?
Because like when I roll for hit dice, it's plus your constitution.
But this isn't the same thing as that.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I wouldn't. No, I would just take the straight dice roll. Yeah.
Okay.
Once again, target really far away. Burn up here.
Yep.
And I haven't done this in a long time. Pulls out a longbow, which he hasn't used. It's not going to be the same.
Little
as
dust
usual.
on there.
Yeah. Oh, not supposed to have Great Weapon Master on it, but still.
The nat ones just keep on
Nat
coming.
one.
My goodness,
Yeah.
I have not kept track of that, but that has been pervasive in this session.
Let's try that one more time.
You know, it's being on a boat, right? Like it's just there's enough. It's the stench of the water. It's all yellow and nasty. It's humid. These are not good conditions, and you guys are not having it with the rolls.
Takes 2 shots and just like throws it over her shoulder and pulls out the staff striking. Just like, come
Yeah,
here,
you're like fuck this bow.
Matrix.
Obviously, it's defective. All right, Angel's turn. Can it get its glory back? No, it cannot. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Why am I even counting? It's got 60-foot fly speed. Didn't get anywhere. The last one that really seemed to cause its attention, I think, was Rye. Because Rye tried to disintegrate it in the back, and it definitely felt that power. So it's going to turn and fly all the way to you, Rye. And unsheath its fiery greatsword and attempt to bring it down on you for another nat 20? Not quite.
No.
It's feast or famine.
It's afraid of the mage armor.
Once more. How about a 23?
That'll hit.
For 8 slashing and 21 fire damage.
Alright. At this point, I should be immune.
You take fire damage, right?
Thematically, I don't think he should take much fire damage.
Yeah.
And it is your turn next.
Alright. He's going to hit him. He's going to hit him with... when I look at what I have that doesn't have fire, it just not many things here.
Fire, extra fire.
I'm gonna hit him with Frenzied Bolt.
Oh.
I think you have disadvantage in melee, though, right? Because it's a range attack.
Oh, he's not still flying?
He is, but he's also in melee range to you.
Alright.
Since he just attacked you with
That's one roll, and I'll roll another one.
18 still hits. Yep.
Doesn't Frenzy Bolt bounce to just like the next target in general?
If it's odd, I mean, if it's even, hold on, let me look.
An even number on your spell attack. Oh no!
Your
it is
attack
odd.
roll was
It is
odd. The roll
It is
itself,
odd.
not the adjusted result. The bolt leaps to a new target of your choice within range that has not already been targeted by Frenzied Bolt, requiring a new spell attack roll to hit. So you get to choose, but it looks like it does bounce if you roll an odd number, which
I did.
You didn't.
I did roll an odd. Which one are we counting? We're counting.
Well, I would count the one that hit, right? Which would be their disadvantage roll.
Oh yeah, it's 8. It's 8. So it does not go, right? You said?
Correct.
All right, and let's see what kind of damage it is. Thunder damage.
It does take thunder. That was a risk because you could have easily done fire damage with that.
So 16 thunder.
16 thunder damage right in front of your face. A sonic boom. And yeah, Bahn, you're probably like, wait a minute, doesn't that bounce to other people?
Yeah. I've seen this one before.
Ryan's like, I'm in complete control of the situation.
Relax, Bahn.
You look around nervously, and it didn't bounce. We're good. All right, it's still not quite bloodied yet, but it definitely took damage from that.
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right, Bahn.
I don't know. I'd like to move Millie back to the west one.
Okay. Drag her
Swap,
out of the
swap
way.
places with her. Yeah. As I like stumble over her, and I'm gonna try to reach and poke at this angel with advantage because Rye's next to me for an 18.
Does hit.
And
Yep.
I'm going to put my psychic blades into it. Right. 22 points of damage.
Ooh, yeah. Definitely bloodied now.
And I don't think. And then I'm going to sneer at it, which is a bonus action. It's got to make a charisma saving throw.
How charismatic are you, Angel? I say sarcastically. Damn. I rolled decently, but your DC is at 17.
Yeah. Looks like I gotta give myself back my spell slot. I messed up. 6 more psychic damage.
Okay. That definitely seems to work in a taunt, and now it turns towards you with that same grimace from its flayed skull. Millie.
Oh, I'm also going to stop concentration on heat metal since it's not doing damage.
Oh, sure, yeah. This symbol is actually to denote that it doesn't have its full and glory recharged yet.
Cool.
The Millie is actually going to run up, so 5, 10, and she is going to start taking some swings. In fact, she is just going to start punching at this angel. Just bare knuckle it.
You've always wanted to say that
That is
sentence, I know.
Start punching the same.
So 8 damage,
Yes.
and then a second punch. 18.
I imagine this isn't very
for-
elegant, too. It's just like fucking just mean
Oh, no,
bar
she's-
brawl.
Yeah, she's taking every sucker punch she possibly can at this point.
Yeah.
Right in the way.
Then she is going to use her flurry of blows to take 2 more shots. So another 9. And
Okay,
last but
looking
not least,
pretty bad.
she is going to use her focused aim on that one, and she's going to bring that up to an 18
That'll
as
hit.
well to hit. Or another 12.
Millie gets the revenge. How do you defeat this chained angel?
She grabs the chains around his wrist and just starts punching him in the face repeatedly until finally, like, his arms, like, kind of rip off and he falls back into the water, and she left with the chains in her hands.
Very nice. Very cathartic, I'm sure. Yeah, and that one, after it falls in the water, you do see the body kind of do that similar, like, flash of light. But mechanically, you guys don't get that benefit twice, so it just happens the one time. But
It's like thank you, and you're like,
like fucking die. Yeah. But that appears to be the only guards, which only, I mean, you imagine these were enough to get rid of most anybody that got near this island. The docks right here, Millie, that you were also had gone on and almost died on, do lead directly to the island, and there's a natural path that leads up into the entrance. Currently, although I don't, you might be out of hit dice, but you guys could technically, I would allow getting another brief short rest right here on the docks before we close the session out. But I don't even know how many hit dice you've got.
No, that'd be nice.
I think I've
I
drained
get
our,
abilities.
our
I
poor
get
monk
abilities
of-
back.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, key points and all that stuff is always good to have.
Channel
Funny thing is when
divinities.
Yep.
Yeah. When I wailed that dude for like 84 damage, I didn't even tack on any.
Yeah. Yeah, the Battle
superiority
Master
dice,
stuff.
please.
And I've
Could have been like 100.
That's an interesting discussion, but as a DM, I've always been very lenient with short rests and being able to get those back versus long rests. I'm the opposite. I'm like more like, no, not long resting as much.
Almost like I created my character to take advantage of that.
I also like characters that can do short
Don't
rest
feel-
shenanigans.
Still feel bad.
4, 3.
Should I-
So you guys can reach the dock, park your ship, get a short rest.
Right.
And I think
I
we've
had 8
reached...
key points left, so can I use that quickened healing?
Oh,
4
to heal?
times?
Yeah, you sure
Before?
can. Before the short rest, sure.
Okay, cool.
I have a feeling you're gonna need all the health you can get. I did a lot of damage to you this session.
Yeah, Millie took over 120 hit points of damage today.
Wow.
So, yeah. Blew through all of her hit dice.
Nice. And now it's time for a dungeon crawl. that's how the DM likes to set that up. All right, I think that's a good stopping point for this first chapter of... this first episode of the final chapter of Empire of the Ghouls for over 2 years long. The final chapter. All right, so thank you to Brandon, CT, Morgan, Jason, and Stan for playing, and thank you to all of the patrons for helping make these sessions happen. So I'm trying to find my outro. There we go. Shouts to Platinum patrons Joe, Will, Thomas, Brandon, Genocider, Eclectic, Roleplayer. I'm getting tired now. Christopher, Corey, Big Nut, John F, John L, Nathan, Camp Chris, Lake Counselor, Andrew, The Reldrons, Stephanie, Patrick, Jason, Ismail, Amit, Lumpy Spuds, Sharni, Warden, Harold, Unimo, LC, Tom, AJ, They're Eating the Dogs, Luis, Caleb, Chad, and Luca, and Gold patrons, RPG, Papercrafts, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Della's a Lounge, Jerome, Nathan, Fast Like a Tortoise, Scott, Rufus, Jerry, Glenn, Marcus, and Mark. Thank you all very much for your support, and I hope to see you all next time.
Really fun game. Thank you.
But not fun.
Almost killed a player character tonight. That does not happen very often.
Yeah, if you had one more attack.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, I don't usually do that, but these enemies felt like they would do that kind of thing.
Anyone here resurrect? Or you have revivify? Revivify. If you have a spell slot.
Start looking for it. Might be in handy.